Our very first race, we need to see if we already have a duck god. And so it begins. So far so good, and we're losing ground. We're gonna have to train this duck for 1,000 years straight. Well, here's the problem. We got zeros across the board, but we can spend $15 on steroids to give us a little bit of energy. So in theory, we could just buy lots of performance enhancers instead of training. But this is the running training. It's an anti-gravity thing where we go from the floor to the ceiling and back again. The barriers are covered in hearts. That way they tell you they love you as they smash your duck into goo. This one doesn't seem particularly exploitable, but one run brought us all the way up to level 9 already, so this won't take long at all. Look how happy and full of joy he looks. He has no idea he's going to be stuffed so full of steroids we're going to turn him into the literal god of destruction in duck form. All while I sit here and drink coffee very slowly. Okay, looks like at level 23 we can't actually learn anymore here. But let's use our 23 running skills to see if we can beat the other duck down a 10-foot slope. Come on, idiot, I believe in you. And looks like we've got a healthy lead, one race accomplished. Which also won us $150, which means we can buy at least 10 loads of peds. We're just going to force feed this duck until he's absolutely made of muscles. I wonder if we need money for anything else. Probably not. And we can just keep buying and piling it up. That way he has to sit there and look at it, knowing he's going to have to consume all of this. He doesn't get a choice. Alright, get in there. Look at him go. He's training like this and I don't have to do anything. Eat those steroids. Now we're going to try some swimming. Looks like we're going to need a little bit of work there too. The steroids haven't done it. Oh, actually. Our running actually overcame that somehow. We've won a swimming race and our swimming skill is absolutely 0. Swimming training here involves actually staying in the air rather than the water, because if you leave that you will die but also have to learn how to swim. This one is more peaceful than the other one though. The other one would get stressful with your reflex test. This you just kind of gotta float around in air. Look at his little leg going like a flipper. I have a one-legged duck. He is a very happy duck though. It never really clarifies what happens to the duck when he does go outside of the bubble. Like he falls and goes somewhere. But I've also now maxed out my swimming skill for the time being, so we have 23 running, 22 swimming, and a whole bunch more steroids. Look at him, he's so addicted at this point he can't even blink. Alright, you get in there while I drink coffee. Now I gotta beat this guy. We're up to 116 energy by the way, so I'm pretty much unbeatable. Our flying skill is completely undeveloped, but our running skill is really good and we've taken a lot of steroids, so we're pretty much unbeatable already. Oh, and we've got to conquer all the different planets. Okay, we gotta win 3 races. I think I'm probably gonna use this duck for all 3 of them because it's the only duck I have. My team name is Steroids, just because why bother trying to hide it. So as long as it's a running or a swimming race, we're gonna absolutely dominate. If it comes to anything flying, we might start to get in trouble. Okay, that was an easy victory for us. And I haven't even been using my boost. We have so much energy, I might as well live off this. Ready and boost. Okay, the flying still really hurts. Maybe we should boost the running. I think we'll get a better effect out of it. So we'll touch the ground and boost. Boost again. Uh-oh, we're almost out of energy. We died. That won't do it all. So suddenly this turned into a launcher game where I'm just launching my duck into the sky trying to eat stuff that I can't possibly see. So I'm not really sure what the point of this is. I just launch and miss everything because it's happening this fast. I can't see anything. Well, we can make up for the lack of skills with a little bit of performance enhancers. Or just a lot of training. Alright, I've uselessly launched my duck all the way up to level 20. So you know what that means. More of the good stuff. I was going to call my team Steroids again, but the Orange Predators is somehow better. I feel like this race is going to go more our way. Considering all of our skills for this point are max level, this guy even brought a helmet. He came prepared. And here's where things went wrong before. Our flying skill was holding us back. Now we're shooting ahead. We don't even need to use our boost, but we're still going to. And the final race, we didn't bother to fly there. We just dropped into the water, where we'll paddle along with our single leg and should be about the end of the race, so we'll use a little bit of boost. And then we're pretty much going to coast our way to an easy victory. We still had about 40% of our energy, and I used my boost once. Can I have another planet to destroy now? Oh, I actually can. We're on robot land now. Okay, on Cheese Planet, we have the climbing skill. We haven't trained climbing one bit yet, but I think our swimming skill might actually overcome this anyway. Yeah, we're still out swimming the robot. We do have another climb though, so we might be a little bit... oh no, our energy is going to get us there. We're winning basically on money and steroids. And we have new training to do. This is the kind of training I can get behind. We're just running on a treadmill. If we go too fast, we hit the spikes and die. If we go too slow, we hit the spikes and die. This duck literally has to keep running if he wants his life, and I'm never going to let him off. He is fated to die here on this treadmill. It's just a matter of whether that's now or in 5 seconds or in 5 hours. Honestly, it's better to get it over with now, but look at him. The face of determination and willpower. I have a feeling we're going to hit the spikes. Yup. But that was 17 levels. We're basically maxed out and running again. So I'm just going to let him go right into the spikes. Okay, that didn't boost him at all. We need to play at least a little bit. And there we go. Running is maxed out again. Double the speed we had before. Now for running, what we need to do is click the boxes out of the way. Luckily for me, I have an auto clicker, so I can just go like this, and I think my duck is going to be unstoppable. The level seems to end abruptly, but yeah, I can just cheat my way through this, so this gives me more time for even more coffee. Oh, I saw the problem from before. We start moving so fast the boxes spawn in closer and closer to the duck. Anyway, since we maxed out those things, there we go. Get in there, you little rascal. Right up. So let's see our newfound running and swimming skills compared to this race. I mean, running is most of what we do, so as long as our running is maxed, I think we're going to be okay. Flying skill could use some upgrades, but we're actually going to fly our way to victory, ironically. So you know what that means. We're conditioning this duck in all the right ways. He wins a race, he gets more steroids. Okay, let's work on climbing, which involves climbing this tower and not getting hit by fireballs in the sky. So far, it seems like I can mostly just climb and nothing's going to hit me. Okay, he might have taken a fireball to the face. Not really my fault, but wow, we actually did pretty good. So basically, if I fly him up to about here, that should be the last 4 levels I need. Some of these are stupidly easy and some of them are stupidly hard, but I'm kind of a stupid person, so this game is perfect for me. I really should have try-harded this because I probably could have got him up to level 100. I can't get him any higher now because I'm above 40. But still, we're going to space. We're just going to climb our way there. See, that would have got me to level like 65. This time we're just shooting a duck between platforms, which is a better form of flying, sort of. It's surprisingly hard to aim a duck from a launcher. Luckily, you really don't have to try that hard on this and you'll still get a ton of levels. Long story short, we did it again. The hungry Argonauts are taking over another planet. We just need to see if our mighty skills are enough to carry us through this. We're outrunning everyone, we're definitely out-climbing everyone. Plus I spent this entire planet's economy on steroids for my duck, so I think we're in pretty good shape. Which means another easy victory. I like how there's 4 ducks, so one of them only doesn't get to go in the podium. And everyone else has a team of ducks. I just have 1 duck. 1 super enhanced duck. And the final race, it's an uphill battle. We'll see if we have the horsepower and torque to climb up there. He just looks so happy and enthused all the time. He's just going for it. So we absolutely dominated that planet, which brings us to this weird alien planet. So we're going to start by racing this guy. Are our skills up to the task? We don't know yet, but I would assume they're doing pretty good. Okay, we're jumping chasms now. And we still won. We haven't done any training on this planet. Look at all that money. So you know what that means. Get in there. You earned it. Now we've got some new training again and we get jumping skills. So this one's a little different. We actually have to like do an anti-jump. So when it comes to things like that, we press space to come back down. What are we supposed to do there? Oh, we're supposed to time it better. Basically, I think we're mostly supposed to go like this and stick to the ground until we gotta jump over something, which we're still pretty bad at. But what I lack in skills, we make up for in steroids and money. Welcome to the world of professional sports. This one can be pretty hard to time, but you get like 1,000 levels for doing nothing, so I'm okay with this. Plus, we're gonna have a duck that's like able to jump from planet to planet by the time we're done this. And there's level 60, which is the current max. So let's try a race against this space duck pirate. This isn't considered a jump, but we do need to swim, and our swimming skills are about matched. Climbing skills are about matched. Running's okay. Here we go. We gotta jump. And jump. Okay, we're just quicker jumping. We spent 1,000 years training our legs to jump a small chasm. But we did win. And once he gets into a pile of steroids, you can't even move him anymore. He's so addicted, you can't distract him. So he's up to 153 energy. He's got basically 40s across the board, but jumping is his 60. He's also wildly unintelligent. So I can already tell that I'm going to hate this one, but this is how we fix our running skills again. We basically just need to stay on the platform. So as long as we're staying on ones that are coming upwards, actually this isn't as bad. I've done far worse than this. You just kind of got to not do that, but we're basically already there. That gives me kind of an idea. So if we just do that, that gives me a few levels. I'm gonna see if I get myself to 59, then I'm gonna try hard it, because that should actually push me through the barrier that's at, yeah, okay, we're gonna go for it now. We're at 58 and 60%, and I screwed it up, so there's an even level 60, but that's fine. Now we're avoiding sea mines for some reason. We have very cruel ways of training this duck. We force feed him performance enhancers, then try and kill him constantly. It does shape up a very powerful duck though. Okay, we definitely hit a sea mine there, but we did get about 8 levels. This one escalates quickly, but it's actually still pretty reasonably easy, at least in the early stages. And something about the movement of the background to the foreground starts to give me motion sickness, so that's an added bonus. Like, I really hate staring at that. I'm gonna throw up. I did this land perfectly on level 59, so if we can do really good here, we can push well past the level 60 cap for the time being, which is easier said than done when I get nauseous and things start moving 1,000 miles an hour, but we'll make do. We always do. Well, whatever, we got 63. So on this one, we gotta put the duck up there and land him on the next platform. If he misses, he falls to his death, never to be seen again. I kind of like this one though, so I don't know, there. Then we go up again, plus 3 seconds. Oh, it's a timed adventure. Okay, we're gonna climb on up there. We're gonna need to go extra high on there. I don't know, here. It's a little hard to estimate that, but we're doing all right. I don't know if we even can overshoot it. Like, I've landed pretty far on some of these and didn't fall off the far side. Okay, we can't go through them. This duck just lives in a perpetual world of stress and steroids. What a life to live. I like this training because it's actually fairly easy once you sort of just get a good estimate of how far things are. It gets very easy because you just let them go and keep them on climbing. This one's going to be a huge gap, so up there, even that almost wasn't far enough. Same with this one. Can we put him off the screen? Whoops. So if you click, it also undoes his thing. 63 again. What do we have left to do? Okay, so this one, we're just flying through the gaps in the monuments, apparently. So we just don't want our duck to crash. It gets so fast so quick. It starts off stupidly easy, then gets almost impossible. Like, look at this. I wonder if we're going to make it through that gap. 3 seconds later, it's going light speed. I'm not complaining, I just think it's hilarious. We get to smash the duck's head into things at light speed. You're pretty much encouraged to do it. Oh, it shows you the gap over here. That's why it seems so stupidly quick. Yeah, we're lacking intelligence, both myself and the duck. So if it's over there, though, we could probably actually get really, really far on this, because it's suddenly a lot easier when you're not relying on raw reflexes, though it's going pretty fast. And it's really hard when you gotta go end to end like that, because you gotta be pretty quick at this point. Okay, it's not slowing down. Can we get level 100? Probably not. We were getting lots of experience earlier, though. This might be a short... Okay, we got hit there. Oh, I didn't realize we were so low. How's our little duck doing? Okay, we got 60s across the board. Just gonna give him a quick feeding and we'll be on our way again. The Orange Destroyers. That's a pretty good name. I mean, this duck has seen stuff. He's definitely way quicker to jump. The other ducks are somewhat competitive, but given that we have the perfect skill set all around, we're going to outperform each and every one of them under every different thing. Swimming, flying, jumping, whatever. Just not intelligence. Luckily, he's got me for a brain. Race number 2, I suspect we're going to coast to another easy victory. I'm not even using boost anymore. We're filling him full of steroids, mostly for nothing, really. I guess he does need energy just to do every little action, though, but energy is supposed to mean extra boost. That uses up a lot of energy, but I think we're going to be okay. We've been done for a good while before those guys even cross the finish line. That one's got hearts for eyes. How adorable. He's actually faster than us somehow. That's unexpected. We're probably going to be faster than him elsewhere, but the running thing kind of hurts because he's going to be quicker than me. We'll overtake him in swimming especially. Probably also climbing. But on a flat-out running race, we would lose to him. Luckily, I do know how to fix that. So we've conquered the Earth, Moon, Mars. We're now on Terra, where they apparently don't have any groomers. He thinks he's an evolved duck. This is what perfection looks like. Not sure what this is supposed to do. Okay, we just teleport to somewhere else. That's fun, I guess. So we just kind of showed up here and we're defeating their ducks. I've done no training on this planet, nor do I know how anything works. We're still winning. $300? That's fantastic. Okay, since running is our most valuable skill right now, we're going to train it first, which involves me mostly just running along the ground, which to be fair is how you train running, but not in duck world. You got to not crash into plants. So you basically got to pay attention to the edge of their leaves to understand if you got to go under or over them. Never mind, my theory failed. But we're level 68. Can I just crash into this? Does that give me experience? That actually does. We're now level 69. But it's quicker not to do that. I didn't realize I could jump through the leaves. It's mostly the spiky thing we got to avoid. So that actually makes it a lot easier. I was really worried about that. Well, I'm not super good at this, but we're level 76 now. So let me just slow walk into the spikes a few times. Except on this one where I need to jump into the spikes. But now that I'm level 79, I'm primed to go way past level 80, which should give me an advantage because running is everything. And he's got awfully small legs for someone who basically runs his entire life. Okay, we're making pretty good progress. This should put me comfortably past 80 already. The longer we can survive, the better. But now that I'm putting pressure on myself, it's gonna fail horribly. And there it goes, but we did get 85. We haven't yet trained intelligence. We can go all the way up to level 80. Press the right color to open the door. Oh, I see. We just need to press the arrow that we see in front of us. I was really overthinking this for a second. But that got me 12 levels. What happens if we don't open any door? Can I just sit here and stare at the rock? What happens then? Nothing. Alright, so it's just kind of... Oh, we can even do it ahead of time. I was waiting before. So, whoops. Okay, there's a bit of a balance here. But yeah, this will go easier as long as I can actually focus. Okay, that was a single level. I managed to do pretty well there, so the levels are just gonna fly on by. We're a very intelligent duck. You'd think the intelligence test would be harder, but to be fair, it has fooled me many times. But this already should put us well past level 80. And I'm not even tryharding it that much anymore. Take that, children's game. Make me look good. Okay, we put our intelligence up to 94, so I think we're okay there. Okay, this time we're swinging to new platforms, so we let go pretty much whenever we want. The rope automatically picks us up and launches us to wherever we want to go. This is a weird one to time, but I think it's gonna be okay. So we let go like there. Nope, maybe just like at the pinnacle of our swing or thereabouts. It's a little hard to know exactly. This one, you just kind of got to feel it out because that didn't work. Okay, there. Yeah, okay, I see now. If you wait too long, you go too high. If you wait too before, you launch too far. It's a fine balance, but that's a duck's problem. Whoopsie doopsie, that was close. The wind is going to help. Not. But luckily, it's very generous with the experience here, which gives it a very satisfying overall gameplay. I'm just being impatient here, so I'm launching kind of low. That way we get to the platform quickly. I don't have time to wait. Okay, the wind is going to really bonus here, so let's go like here. Even that was almost too far, so we're going to do a very vertical right there. Okay, never mind. But that did prime us up to level 79, so now as we launch, we'll go well beyond level 80 as long as you don't do anything too stupid, which we might. But the further we level up now, the less we need to train later. Okay, the wind is back, so we're going to go like here. This is such a narrow platform. Okay, we're going to go like backwards almost. Yep, got it. Same thing again. Close, got it. And okay, we're good. That wind is okay. We're never going to hit this platform. We need to go like backwards. Got it, just barely. This is actually really enjoyable. The wind basically just really wants to push you forward. And we stopped this on like level 79, so we're actually going to get huge experience out of this. But the strategy is basically the same right now, just swing almost backwards and the wind will carry you. Ooh, I thought I was going down on that one. We just hit the edge of the platform. And oh, so close, but well beyond level 80 max. So this is climbing training. We just click to switch back and forth. We're just not supposed to touch anything dangerous. And so far there hasn't been a lot of danger. There's the first danger, but we just got to think left side, right side. I assume eventually we will start climbing a lot quicker and this will get a little bit more challenging. So far we've amassed a score of almost 1,000 and we've had to dodge like 3 burrs. There we go. I think the hardest part of that would be not getting greedy for coins, even though I think it literally gives us 1 coin at a time and we need 15 coins for 1 dose of steroids. So far so good. Never mind. Well, 84 it is. Okay. Press space to swim, it says, so we're just magnificently swimming through the water like a good duck do. Okay, this is one of those hard ones because you're pressing space to keep yourself up and down and it's sort of momentum based. If you start diving, it's very hard to recover. Whoops, sort of like that. This is actually kind of stressful. Nate, stress for breakfast. He's a motivated duck though. He knows if he does good, he gets more steroids and he's really addicted by this point. It'd be cool if I only have to do this one once because I don't love this, but our score is already 1300, so I might actually only have to do it once or twice. I'm actually getting lucky with a lot of this. I just happen to be kind of doing it right that got me through those narrowed. Well, there we go. We're almost there. And since we did hit 78, we should go well beyond the maximum of 80 this round, provided we don't do anything too drastically horrible. This duck does spend 99% of his life training. The other 1% is steroids, and like the 0.1% left over from all that is actual competition. I touched the ground when I probably shouldn't have. Long story short, level 88, which is 10% further than the maximum. So on this one, we're rotating the obstacles. This is more intelligence based, but it's working. We got to remember which way they rotate. Okay, which way do these rotate? Okay, counterclockwise. Got it. So we only need to click this one once. We only need to click that one once. This one's going to rotate that way. So, okay, that's hard to do just because it gets in the way. This might be a bit of a slow process just depending on what it gives us because I got to rotate this one twice, like right here. Okay, I get it now. Didn't mean to click on that one again. Whoops. Okay, we're good. We're good. I should have actually done that one an extra time ahead of time, but we're learning as we go. Okay, now I got it. And this has been an easy spawn for me, so there is some luck aspect to this. Okay, I rotated one into myself and we hit the even 80, which I'll take, because now we pretty much have a god duck. Anything beyond this is going to be well beyond, and look at all the steroids we get for him. And this guy still wants to race. The jungle is my home. The entire universe is mine. Let's do this. So far we're after a pretty commanding lead. Considering we're above max level skills, I think we got this one under control, even with the teleporters. I think our intelligence makes it quicker there, because yeah, we're way ahead of him. We're going to take a little flight. The jumping animation is really slow, and that really annoys me. Other than that, good job, duck. You've earned yourself lots and lots of performance enhancers. With stats like that, I think it's time to finish this planet off. If our skills are up to the task, that is, and I suspect they just might be. So far we got a pretty commanding lead, and I think it's only going to get better, especially considering intelligence is probably our strongest stat. I'm not even sure if we even get to see these guys finish. I feel like race number 2 is going to go even better. I'm just going to jump straight to the big drop. We're having an underwater race this time. Great. Swimming is very strong for us also. They're slowly getting pushed off screen entirely. They're just not up to keeping up. Probably gonna have to watch my energy. Well, we won, but we had 20% energy left, so I can't push boost too many times. Basically, we need more steroids. This guy came prepared though. He brought a snorkel and a pop dart. Wow, look how fast of a swimmer he is. The final race always has someone with one skill really high. Actually, he's a quick climber too. About the same as us, but swimming, we're actually being defeated. Luckily, I have a well-rounded duck in that I make him train absolutely everything until he dies, literally. Which means, wouldn't you know it, we win again. Then I was accused of cheating, which True, I've been taking steroids for 1,000 years, so they kicked me off the planet onto an iceberg. But I can still visit whatever planet I want. Like back here on Earth, we can still race this guy. He was the very first guy we competed against. Let's see if he's done any training since we left. I kind of doubt it, so I think we're going to win pretty handily against him. But do we get money for doing this? I mean, that's $60. That's 4 steroids. So we're going to humiliate this guy for the next hour and a half. Just a few races later, we made $1,000. So you know what that means. We almost need to use an auto clicker on steroids at this point. He currently has 167 energy. Get in there. Your Mountaineer steroids awaits. After $1,000, he's gained 11 energy. So we'll take our duck back to the iceberg and see how he does against the frozen things. Wow, those are actually really fast. At least we're flying. Running we are a little bit quicker, but I don't know if we're actually fast enough to catch him at this point. We're gonna need some training. So training now involves moving around, not getting crushed by icicles, which I think is pretty straightforward, albeit rather slow. This duck has such a good attitude. He's always just got an optimistic smile on his face, even when he's about to be crushed by icicles. Oh, I've just realized I was supposed to be running forward the entire time. I was wondering why my score wasn't going up. Like, I've got to find a safe spot, then keep moving to the right, which now that I think about it really makes a lot more sense, and our score is already over 2,000, so this will be easy experience. Finally got hit by the ice, but that put us over level 100. Swimming training is really easy because it just launches sharks at you, and they launch for wherever you're currently at when they launch, so I can swim around and avoid them very easily, which means we get to level 100 very quickly. Flying training involves flying up and down slowly, shooting asteroids. It's neither quick nor slow, but it is kind of fun. And that's an easy, another level 100. I don't remember what we're training. There's just a duck on a rope trying to avoid being killed by balls. Pretty sure this is another one too, where they just spawn in wherever you're currently at. The coins we do want, so we'll take those. Everything else we'll try and avoid. Our duck did get pelted by a snowball eventually, but level 100 won't be hard to get at all. So on this one, I apparently need to jump and climb up when ice blocks fall. So this is probably going to be pretty annoying because it's going to take a while. Plus, the ice blocks are slippery, and I tend to forget where they're falling because it takes a second from the warning to the point they actually fall. Plus, I've gotten myself stuck in a cave, so I'm not really sure what to do now. Apparently our climbing was high enough that's level 100 just like that, which is strange because jumping was what we were training. Okay, this time I gotta click on whatever side has more ducks on it, so it's a math game. Well, it's kind of more of a counting game really, but I think we're gonna be okay because intelligence was already almost level 100. Okay, there's 103, that's gonna get us for now. So we've got hundreds across the board. Let's try this idiot again. Not only do we have level 100 skills, we've also had a lot more steroids. He's still a quicker flyer than us, but if we boost a little bit, we'll land at about the same time and we can outrun him. The system works. This guy wants an intelligence battle, so we'll give him one. Intelligence so far has been our easiest thing to upgrade, so we're way ahead of him there. We gotta jump the gap. We're definitely quicker than him there. We're quicker than him everywhere so far. He might be a super swimmer though. Nope. Climber? I don't know what he's good at. We're certainly better than him everywhere so far. Next we fight this guy in what he calls an extreme race, which involves us jumping off this, which is fine. That's just gravity. We're a faster swimmer than him anyway. I think we're faster than him anywhere. That first duck was just strangely good at some things. This one, more well-rounded but easy to win. But I also noticed we get $350 per race, and I think we can continually race them. Okay, if you try and do the race multiple times, you get less money for it. So we'll just spend $1,500 more on steroids again. Now that he's consumed his planet's worth of steroids, let's put him in the race. So far so good. Some of those other ducks are pretty quick. Some of them might be better than me in individual skills, but overall, we're just too well-rounded for them. Plus, our energy levels are probably absolutely insane right now. We've put all of our money into energy. So that made it an easy win. I'm not even sure that guy's going to appear back on screen. There he is before the race ends. The next race seems more the same. That one's actually faster than running, but I bet we're smarter than him. We'll probably come out of the teleporter first. And we're back to running. Jumping, we probably have him beat. I think he can only defeat us in running. I don't know if boosting there does anything. And another happy victory. Which brings us to the final race. Normally the one wearing something cool has been the one that's a little bit hard to defeat because they have some serious duck skills. Surprisingly, it's the one with sparkly eyes. It's a much faster swimmer than us. And hopefully we can overtake him here. Yes, we should catch up to him here. But swimming, he's got us beat. Everywhere else, we're better. There's an easy victory once again. And then we were called out immediately after that by some kind of super alien. He was so impressed with our victory that he wanted some of this. And so far we're better than him. We're definitely a faster runner. We're a quicker jumper. We're just better everywhere. You might say we're the ultimate duck. This is going to get really satisfying really fast, because today we're going to be cutting grass with the only diesel V8 powered lawnmower in existence. All we gotta do is walk it over to the grass and start mowing. I think we get extra points for the flowers. I feel like I'm actually really content with the game just as it is right now. But since our incredible diesel lawnmower can only hold up to 185 grass clippings, we will teleport to the shop and sell it all. That gave us about 4 grand, which means we can buy a brighter red lawnmower, which is very basic. Original lawnmower was +1 leaves, this one is +8 leaves, even though we're cutting grass. And with our remaining money, we can upgrade everything. Our bag, our speed, and our range. Now we're getting somewhere. So it'll hopefully cut a bigger swath out of the grass, giving us more grass per area, and we can hold up to 2600. They're clearly doing a lot to water the grass because it grows back very quickly. And there's so many other dome worlds we need to get to. We're going to be a grass clipping god by the time we're done. The bag is once again full, we're going to sell. That time it gave us $55,000. This is escalating as quickly as a real grass cutting business. It seems like it's basically forcing you to buy the very next lawnmower, which is only $13,000. But there's a skip tier button, but that costs money to do. I decided we should try it because I realized we've got a lot of lawnmowers and stuff to get through. Like, that's some kind of lightsaber chainsaw. I can't even imagine how that's a pitchfork. We've got a lot of different weapons to try. Long story short, we're going to settle for the T4 advanced mower for $32,000. That's a +21 leafer. Upgrades have really quickly jumped up to $13,000 each, so we'll take a little bit of speed and a little bit of range. Or maybe just a little of speed because I can't do math. But for now, we're going to get out there and see where the blue door takes us. I didn't think that was actually going to take us somewhere, but here we are. We're going to mow our grass in the dark like a normal person. I don't know about this place. I don't trust that guy. But I think this is where we're supposed to combine something, apparently pets, to make a better pet. My bag filled up actually really quickly, so we can already unload for more profit. So we'll take more range, a bigger bag so it doesn't fill up so quickly, and maybe a bigger bag again. Now we can hold 14,000 grass clippings on there. This is actually getting bigger really quickly, and we're going to fill this bag up quite fast. I want to be going along and like see a path of destruction behind me where there's no grass anywhere in the world. I think this new wiggly technique actually works a lot better because we can cut a giant swath side to side that's going to fill up our bag all the quicker. It also seems that the red flowers here are worth more. They're worth 5 each. And I don't know what that thing is, but we can't seem to interact with it. Bag's full, this should be worth a lot. $293,000. But for $25,000, I can actually buy my first pet, so I'm going to get one of those. It's a basic grass slime, but he tries really hard. He's going to give me a 1.2 times multiplier to my grass. Alright, then our next lawnmower is an orange one for a 69.9 thousand. That's going to upgrade our grass from 21 to 32. And that still leaves me with $206,000, so we're definitely due for some upgrades. We're going to get tier 4 speed and tier 4 range. I think I want more speed again for 70 grand. Then we can afford one more upgrade, so we're going to take a little more range to fill up that backpack. Now we're mowing a bigger swath than ever. I feel like it's been a few seconds and we've already farmed up another 4,000 grass. The pet multiplier probably helps a great deal. I don't know where he is currently, but I probably ran him over already. That took like 60 seconds seriously to fill up the bag, so I like where this is going. I bought another pet for $25,000. We'll go ahead and equip this one as well for an even bigger bonus. Our bag definitely needs to get bigger, and so does our speed again. I don't think I needed to buy a new lawnmower just yet because we'll fill up this bag of 30,000 still very quickly. And I think with my new pet, we also get more money every time we sell, so that's not going to hurt one little bit. The bag is already full, and I basically mowed from there to here. $650,000. We're soon to be a millionaire. We're going to upgrade to a 44 leaf guy. While we're at it, we'll go all the way up to this glowing lawnmower for 59 leaves. Since I saved up 250 flowers, I got one of the water gachapons, which gave me a sea slime, which might actually be one of the rare ones. That gets me a 1.65.0000, lots of zeros, 1 times grass multiplier. And we only had a 1 in 5 chance of finding the one with the mohawk. So now we're making almost 10,000 grass per second, really. Like, the bag's already full and I walked 10 meters. And that officially gave us over $1 million, so we can now get a lawnmower with speed wings. But we're going to go right past that to the racing mower. That one's got an engine hoist on it. I need one of these lawnmowers in real life for my yard. I'd look so much cooler if I had one. This is so stupid. Like, we're already full. We walked that far. So we're probably going to need a bigger bag times 2. You know what? Let's do times 3. That way every time we sell, we get a giant upgrade of cash. Now I need 115,000 grasses to fill the bag, but we've already made 15. This took a little bit longer, but we made a lot more money, almost $3 million. I think the obviously next step is to buy another pet. I in fact bought 2 because we can equip 5 at a time. So we're going to equip this little guy for a bigger multiplier for everything. And this one's a rarer one with an even bigger multiplier. Plus they can level up themselves as they get experience, so they'll only get better. So after buying several more pets, we still have $2.81 million left over, so we need to buy an even cooler jet mower for almost $1 million by itself. Then we can get some more upgrades. The range needs to go up. The bigger that is, the more grass we're going to cut all at once. So that's going to go all the way up to $500,000 worth. And then the speed is also going to join it. I think range and speed both have a pretty good boost on how much grass we cut quickly. So we'll just take more range. This is a lawnmower and it's definitely going quick. We've already mowed, well, 50,000 grass already. So this is getting big. Yeah, we didn't have to go far at all to fill up this bag. So we need a bigger bag. Luckily, we have $3 million. They really only can buy a few upgrades though, because they're up to almost $1 million each at this point. So now our grass bag can hold 330,000 grasses, which we're still going to fill up really, really quickly, which is a good problem to have. Pretty soon my lawnmower is going to be so powerful that once I pull it out, it's going to be mowing the grass on other planets. This is full. That's worth almost $10 million. Move on to the angelic mower, and we'll maybe even go past that to the cursed mower. That costs almost $2 million. Well, let's just upgrade them all, honestly. This seems perfectly normal for a lawnmower. Our bag size is almost $500,000, but we're going to fill that up in very fast time. Like, I've walked a couple feet into the grass and the bag's already 60% full. $12.2 million. I also decided to buy a whole bunch of pets to hopefully get 5 in a row. It took me a while, but now we've got 5 green ones that I can openly mash into one big green one. So if we add 5 matching pets, one of these is actually quite leveled up, but we can evolve this one into a 1-star slime. So it would take 25 basic green slimes to make a new one. But this evolved one is actually really good because it gives me a 4.4 times grass multiplier, 2.4 times money. And they do have a variety of different kinds of slimes now, so I can pick and choose what ones I want, and some of them actually have a really big effect on things. Like the hibiscus slime is rich, so it gives me a 3.3 times money multiplier. This blossom slime actually gives me a 1.4 times leaf and 3 times money, so it's also going to be equipped. Now I'm going to upgrade everything. That cost a lot of money, but we're going to be much, much stronger. So as we're going along now, we've now already harvested 100,000 grasses. But our bag can hold 750,000, so it'll take a second to get there. But once we do, we're going to be in good hands. And with our new money multipliers, that's going to be worth more than ever before. Time for an upgrade. We're already into leaf blowers, a basic blower. I didn't know your mom was in this game. And there's a better blower. Never mind. We're going to skip through a few of these. The advanced blower up to an orange expert blower, 328 leaves. And whatever upgrades we can afford. Looks like they all got a bump. Now we have a leaf blower that blows bubbles all over things. This is going to be great for cutting grass. Look how fast we're getting too. We're zooming around here. We're also making a mockery of the grass, of Mother Earth itself. I filled up 1 million grass in like seconds, so we'll sell that for 30 million and do it all again. I've realized now I can just hit the buy all button and it will take us to the best available blower, which is the racing blower. 574 leaves. Now we can race around with fireball hands, absolutely destroying the grass. So $31 million later, and we can really only buy a few new blowers. We're up to like a swan one. 3 million grasses. We give it 3 million grasses in here. That's still going to go up quickly. It's already 25% of the way full. Plus I get to fly my airplane around the grass, so it's a double fun adventure. That much grass is worth 90 million. We're making so much money of cutting grass today. I'm going to do the same thing to the bag, get as many upgrades as I can into that because it's still filling up super quick. Then we can go around and do it all again. I've just made a realization that this yellow portal probably goes to that yellow portal. It is a desert over there, not exactly known for their high volumes of grass, but we're going to explore it anyway, just for something different to look at. It's lonely over here, but there are a lot of flowers, and flowers do turn into pets. So we'll unload here, $202 million for that, and there's different types of pets here. These ones take a lot more flowers to unlock, but they look a lot more fun. I bet they're very strong. And according to this thing at the bottom, this says 1.3 times for the map. I assume this refers to the area. I don't entirely know what that means. But I'm not really here to think. I'm here to cut grass and hit the upgrade button a bunch. I didn't actually get my bag entirely full there, but I'll still take the $200 million and I'm going back to where the upgrades live. One more bag full here, another $200 million. That puts us up to $624 million in the bank. And I'm going to buy a bunch of bigger bags still. Starting to cost $60 million each. Let's hit the upgrade all button. And that gave us everything we could afford. So now our grass bag can hold 11.5 million grasses suddenly. And we are flying around destroying the environment.
I am global warming.
We already harvested 7 million grasses. This bag is going quick, but we are absolutely destroying everything. I decided to try the other portal and it took me to Christmas Land where we're just going to go ahead and sell. This one says 1.8 times. I don't know. That's got to be some kind of multiplier for presumably everything. Anyways, our 12 million grasses is going to give us another 400 million. And the frozens, we can open these for 500 flowers. So we're going to do just that. Just kidding. I seem to have broken it for now. So we'll buy a new pet later. For now, we're going to enjoy this snowy grass. When I was trying to get the pet thing to work, we made well over $1 billion. We're one of the many billionaire grass cutters in existence. Every time we sell now, it's worth $400 million. Anyways, back at home base, it's time to upgrade our mowers. We have a new one coming up soon, so we're going to go from the curse blower to whatever this one is, a basic trimmer. And then we're going to hit buy all with $2.2 billion, which brings us all the way up to the expert scythe, tier 38. That harvests 11,000 grass at a time, and we'll see if we can actually afford any more upgrades, which we actually can. Upgrade all. Turns out that it's a diesel-powered scythe as well, and yeah, now we're mining a wide berth of grass. That was worth $500 million, so to make $500 million before the grass even grows back, it takes us about this long. I should really just be harvesting the grass behind the grass sell place because it can go just that quickly. The grass won't grow back in time is the only problem. Another problem is we need just everything better. Upgrade all. So the grass bag is 52 million, but again, that's already 1/4 of the way full. Now we're selling for $2 billion per load. Working our way down because it's going to take a while to get to where we're going. We got a racing scythe. With the leftover money, upgrade all. Alright, the bag's up to 52 million grasses, but it's actually already full. Again. His arms seem to be having a bit of an issue wielding a scythe. A few quick grass safaris later, and we've got about $10 billion to spend. And I'm going to spend that just on straight upgrades this time without upgrading the mower that took from tier 34 to tier 40. So the bag can hold 211 million grasses, and we're just moving faster than ever, cutting a giant swath, picking flowers on the fly. So now when we sell $7.3 billion, so it took us like 5 loads before, it took us about 1. It also turns out that I have a ranch over here that I think I could put some of my pets into and they'll like do the work for me. It doesn't seem to be working super well right now. I'm doing my best to add things to it, and that's going to have to be good enough for me. I'm pretty sure that's going to help upgrade these two so I can stop by once in a while and pick their flowers. For now, I'm going to spend $7.4 billion on more mowers. We're going to get a cursed scythe. This one has wings. And then a further $10 billion on upgrades, tier 40 to 42.5. Then we're cutting the grass just about for the whole screen's worth of things. And we're up to tier 44 already. I didn't realize how high we got. We can almost get 500 million grasses in the bag at one time as well. So that feels right. That's got to be worth 15 billion. So we can make $15 billion in definitely less than 30 seconds, which means we need more upgrades from tier 42 to 46. That also about doubled our bag size, so we can hold about 1 billion grasses in our bag at this point. And we got $32 billion to unload that again, so let's do that one more time. Our grass bag is 1.5 billion in size, $53 billion, and if I apply that to mowers, it'll go from a tier 45 scythe all the way up to a tier 52 turbo snowblower, so we're using snowblowers to cut our grass at this point. But that also takes us from about 50,000 grass clipping till 221,000, and that's with $10 billion left over for a single bag upgrade. And the new mowers also make us a lot quicker. Now we can fly through this, and there's 1 billion grass cut already. That took us like 4 seconds to get 2 billion grass, which is worth $68 billion, so let's do it again. There's another whatever, so we're at a lot of money, so we're just going to once again buy our way up. We've moved on to a basic chainsaw that harvests 700,000 grass. Correction, we're about to buy that. We've got a little bit more to go, so we still got to use whatever this mower is, the demon snowblower. But it's much quicker again. I basically look at the grass and I think we have enough to buy this already. Bet you didn't know the ultimate grass cutter was a chainsaw. And I bet that's going to fill up the bag that quickly. So that's definitely some very, very easy money, which means we can upgrade everything a whole bunch of times, tier 52. My idiot is up to tier 57 himself, so he's getting up there quickly. There's 5 billion grasses just like that. The grass we just sold, we took 30 seconds to do, was worth 1/5 of $1 trillion. We're gonna need more zeros. But there's 3 billion, there's 4 billion, and there's 5 billion. Lawnmowers are going to be costing well over $100 billion at this point, but we have a blue chainsaw now, 1.63 million grasses. I guess we do have $100 billion left over, so we'll get some more upgrades. But I would wager, yep, that we're going to fill up this bag in no time at all still. Biggest bag we've ever had, and it's done. There's 236 billion. We do that a few times and we've got almost $1 trillion. We're going to push our way over. That normally should be quite a grind, but this is going to take like that. Now it's done. And now we've got everyone's dream weapon, a lightsaber chainsaw. But that cuts an absolutely enormous swath, and I can't even look at the grass and the bag is full. It just happens instantly. We can make like trillions of dollars per second at this rate. But we clearly need some upgrades, so let's spend 1.5 trillion on upgrades from tier 53 up to tier 60, so hopefully that will give the bag a little bit more room to grow. Well, it at least takes a few seconds now to get to 37 billion grass, but that's worth $1.3 trillion by itself. Here's another $4 trillion. We're going to put that all into upgrades from tier 61-ish to 65. Our bag is getting enormous, and so are our capabilities and our speed. We're flying around like a rocket. The grass bag is up to 125 billion, so it does take a couple seconds to get there, but literally still just a couple seconds. I'd wager it's got to be worth a lot of money, 4.5 trillion all by itself. So let's get a better mower. From 4 million to 12 million, advanced flamethrower. Yeah, this is what we traditionally use to cut our grass to. At tier 69, let's start mowing down those grasses. The bag is filling up quick. Yeah, we're back to basically a few short seconds to fill up 125 billion. Worth 5 trillion. The pets have also started working again, so I've got some of the frost pets. Their stats are lower to begin with than some of the already upgraded ones, but these ones will go much higher because their base stats are huge. And then where were we? Buying new lawnmowers? We have $34 trillion, so let's spend $34 trillion upgrading to a cursed flamethrower. And a few more upgrades here to take us from tier 65 to tier 68. Our bag is already full. That's 204 billion grasses. I'm pretty sure we're at the point again. Yeah, we're making like over 100 billion per tick. We just look at the grass and then we're instantly rich. I think this is also very much going to help all of our pets level up, especially the low level ones that are new. I found a new island. I didn't know I was allowed to go here. Apparently it's got a 3.5 times multiplier. I don't really know what that's referring to, but it might be the grass because we instant touch the grass and we're done. The pets here are extra expensive, but their stats are absolutely insane. For a level 1 pet with a 3 times money multiplier, that's going to be a new favorite. The game is a little particular. Sometimes I can't even get to this island. Sometimes I can't buy the pets, but the one constant is I can always cut the grass. Then we can spend $157 on trimmers once again, and that has put us into pitchfork territory. That left us with $11 trillion for more upgrades. Yep, that's how you do it. That's how you cut grass. Well, let's put it to the test. Okay, that is wildly powerful. We can't even touch the grass and the bag is full. There's not even a lot of grass back there. Pretty sure we can just move it any direction and we're obliterating grass. This is $15 trillion each time we hit that sell button. There's just not enough grass. That's the biggest problem. So clearly we needed more upgrades. 104 trillion, that put us up to tier 78. Every time we sell a bag of grass, $80 trillion. So we're coming up on 1 quadrillion. In fact, we're a quadillionaire officially. Even just walking back to here, I accidentally mined $100 trillion worth of grass. So now we're gonna spend that all on upgrades from tier 78 to tier 87. That's actually a colossal upgrade. Now look how long it takes us to fill up the bag. It's finally going. We're only 10% of the way there. It's going to be worth so much to sell this. So I'm going back to B Island for a second because I think we're going to take advantage of that multiplier that seems to be having an effect. There's lots of grass here, whatever the case, so it's easy money. And then selling this is worth 892 trillion. So we made basically a quadrillion dollars just like that. It's so satisfying to walk around and watch the grass just evaporate around me in a giant swath. So now that we've sold again, we've got almost $2 quadrillion. So we're going to find out what kind of mower that can buy. That put us all the way up to an electric pole saw that has 3.21 billion harvesting power. So let's take this puppy for a test drive. Yeah, that's filling our backpack already. That was $1 quadrillion just like that. I thought the upgrades would have slowed down, but now I like walk into the grass this far and quadrillion dollars. I walk into the grass this far and there's another quadrillion dollars. So with our newfound 7.4 quadrillion, let's spend that all on upgrades. Almost tier 100 across the board. We could fit 170 trillion grasses in our thing. And we're going to use B Island to take advantage of that because the bag is already 25% full, so it's only going to take a couple seconds still. Now that we have an enormous size bag and $20 quadrillion, we need to buy perhaps some more upgrades, so we're going to move up to the Elite Hedge Cutter. So how fast can that fill our bag? Okay, that's going a lot quicker and the bag is full. So there's another, what was it? 6 quadrillion. So we just take a few steps out into the grass and we're mega quadillionaires. It's just that easy. I've quickly saved up another 100 quadrillion. So let's spend that on cutters because we need to see what's next. A rototiller. We don't have it yet, but it's the next one to buy. But right now we have a very evil looking hedge trimmer. And using this, I can't even walk to the portal for B Island without filling the bag. Like it is instantaneous. This thing is way overpowered. Another 100 quadrillion on upgrades. That's going to put us up to well over tier 100, 107. So even our grass bag can hold 2.3 quadrillion clippings at this point, and even on basic island we can fill it up this quickly. The problem isn't starting to be how long it takes to fill the bag because we're cutting a large swath of grass obviously. It's not having enough grass to cut. We've officially made over $1 quintillion, otherwise known as 1 cutie. This is what 1 cutie looks like. But we're going to spend that on an upgraded mower. Probably a lot of upgraded mowers, really. We went from a basic rototiller to a cursed rototiller. Might have to zoom out a little bit to see the swath this cuts. Well, we fill our enormous bag in an instant again, so that's actually going to be problematic in its own little way. At this point, it's basically faster to just walk back and forth and cut a little bit of grass and walk back to the sell shop, because the bag just basically insta-fills. Anyways, 1 cutie later and we can spend that quintillion on upgrades again. Then over on B Island, we get to see how big this swath is. You'd think it would be a little bit bigger, but we're cutting in a reasonable amount of grass at this point. We're filling 19 quadrillion grasses that quickly. So we got $6 quintillion. That's going to buy us all the way into Nick's Turbo Laser Cutter, so a literal lightsaber. So this is what the ultimate grass cutter looks like. And we're definitely having that problem again where I basically touch the grass and we're full. So that is really, really, really satisfying. Every good idea starts with giant mirrored mushrooms on your spore-like creature. I guess while we're at it, we need some big googly eyes as well. If we point them out this way, we should be able to see like 180 degrees. Now that we've got our masterpiece in order, we can get started. And by get started, I mean swimming around the ocean, eradicating every creature I come across. We need to put them all inside our mouth hole so we can level up and get stronger and fire more and more projectiles out into the abyss. The trick is avoiding all of the many things that are coming to get me as well. Luckily, they're not very smart, so we'll call ourselves even better. For the first upgrade, we're going to take extra bullets. We'll fire 3 instead of 4. And that's actually a considerable increase of damage and less aim I have to put in. Because in a perfect world, I can just sit here and shoot and then nothing would ever get to me anyway. It's the perfect defense. But we'll try and keep the morons thinned out behind us while putting as many of the peas in our mouth as we can. We're really trying to put everything inside of our mouth. Here's a really good upgrade, piercing. So now our shots are going to go 1 layer deep. We have some penetration in there as well. That's going to really mess up the whole crowd of them. So since I got some really good upgrades early, I'm just going to go ahead and feast on them all for a second. Didn't get a lot of good options here, but we will take a speed and acceleration. Both of which are probably going to get us out of trouble, but they might also get us into trouble. All I know is I just want more bullets. Bullets are going to be the answer to everything. Bullets and damage. I have enough of that. Whoops. And we'll be a-okay. I swear I'm normally a better driver than this. We can make bullets bigger. We can get ourselves more speed. We have a chance to avoid damage, but it's quite a small chance. Let's make bullets bigger. I'm not really sure what the benefit of that is, but we'll assume there is one because they're offering it to me. They look better. I wonder if the bullets keep going off the screen. We're killing thousands and thousands of creatures that we can't even see, which would actually be quite funny. I suspected the more of these idiots we kill too, the more body parts we unlock so we can add more googly eyes to ourselves. We're going to get an extra piercing. That's actually huge. So now we can fire in and the bullets are going to keep going and going and going until they stop. I did also see some giant creature over here. Ow. Okay, that was not my fault at all. I take no responsibility for that. I can actually use energy though to heal myself, so I am back to 2 health, but I need to be a little bit careful. The controls are a little bit wonky, so that's why I'm flying into things a lot. It's a little hard to aim and shoot and then turn around and get away again. I need to work at like north, east, south, and west only and not at angles. I'm also going to increase my health because obviously, and I don't have enough energy to heal myself. The energy is the white bar below my health in the upper left. Once that's full, I think I can heal myself for 1. So I should just try really hard not to get hit anymore. Ooh, what is that giant thing? Can I eat that? Green things are normally good. I actually don't like this because I'm going to get stuck amongst this all and we're starting to get jellyfish attacking us. These are new and I can't really aim because I shoot a cluster of shots in all directions. But we're going to be okay. There's another level up, even more piercing. We could also gain more energy or experience. For now, I think I want piercing. That's just really funny to think about those bullets just not stopping. They just endlessly go through. Uh-oh, this is the bad spot. This is so satisfying. Every time I shoot, those things just go in there. And they don't stop, but we kill 1,000,000 things and get 1,000,000 experience. At this point, I kind of want an experience multiplier, but I also want to get out of this area that's starting to... Can I blow this up? There's so many things to touch, I don't know what to touch first. There's also a giant brain thing attacking me. Our bullets should start piercing into him pretty soon, considering they pierce like 4 or 5 times at this point. So we should be able to just go like this and do a lot of damage to it. Might need a little more speed and maneuverability. I'm not sure the googly eyes play into things yet, but they do look good. We can evolve our ability. This one's locked. This is the back arrow, and this is bullets explode. Yeah, I'll take a bullet exploding. Okay, bullets are gonna explode. They don't pierce anymore though. So we lost all of our piercing upgrade benefit. But I guess that's fine because exploding bullets are going to be a lot of damage anyways. Basically, my philosophy is explosions are never a bad thing. Okay, I just fired myself in the wrong direction. We're going to press I to heal ourselves. We got our health back. I think my favorite part of this is how simple it is. There's not a lot of thinking involved. You just aim and shoot. I still managed to screw that up quite a lot, but it is simple. Okay, I'm going to take an experience multiplier at this point. That's going to give us a 10% extra boost to experience. Our shots did get slowed down too because of the explosives, so we can't fire quite as quickly. That's a big eye as well. Okay, we're going to try and get some explosions on the giant eye while trying not to get hurt. That little bit of recoil we have is surprisingly annoying to deal with. Okay, that guy just fires a bunch of stars. Okay, that was very close. I wish I could make enemies explode as well. That would be fun. We could set up giant chain reactions. We're back to full health. We can also increase our energy gain or our health in general. Global cooldown multiplier is also quite nice. I'm actually just going to take an energy gain multiplier. I'm hoping that's going to help put our health back on. We're at full health now, but yeah, we're pretty soon going to have a health charge in the bank as well. I also want to kill the big one-eyed pig thing, so as soon as we get a clean shot on that, we will. I do need an increased fire rate though. That would make me feel much better. Very soothing color of the background. We're now being attacked by duck's feet. Those are actually quite quick. Those are going to be super annoying to deal with. But we got ourselves another bullet. Now we're going to fire 5 at a time. 5 explosion. Okay, this is a really awkward spot to be in. Oh, that's perfect. We can kill all the duck feet. This is going to get really hard to avoid when things are this quick. I think if I destroy these, I actually get some green stuff, which can help me. The duck feet are actually really weak. They do die in basically one hit, especially with the explosion. So that makes me feel a little better about it all. Still trying to get to the big circular ball thing. Eventually we'll find an opening on it. For now, we're just trying to not get touched by everything ever. I'm going to give myself a little bit more speed and acceleration. That's gotten me out of trouble at least once, and it will hopefully continue to do so. I really got to try and push through to the big blob thing. I think there's got to be some benefit for killing that. I think it's like a mini boss, so maybe it'll drop a chest in the water. It's just hard to work our way in there because enemies spawn so quick. I keep circling trying to get close, and that keeps happening because I accidentally turn and fire. Luckily, I could put the health back on, and then we're just going to keep on trucking. Leveled up again. This is getting quick for level ups. We're going to take maybe another experience multiplier. That's actually pretty good for us. The more we can level up, the more upgrades we're going to get, and hopefully some rarer, better ones as well. I'm also getting distracted a lot by like these green things because I know green is good, so I try and eat them. We're also getting a new thing to the left. Not sure what that is. Oh, there's also a giant octopus mushroom. We're learning so much about sea creatures today. Okay, those are doing something in that direction. Dodge cooldown. I don't really know what that means, so we're going to take it. I don't know if I have a dodge ability that I'm unaware of. It would be great to dodge things, but mostly when I touch things, I just get hit. That should be a couple hits on the big boy. Tried to get a second one, getting a little greedy. I should also kill a giant jellyfish thing. I really need a faster rate of fire. It's so hard to thin out these idiots. I wish I had penetration over explosions at this point, honestly. It would be so much easier to damage the big things. Although the jellyfish is stuck. It's basically a step jellyfish at this point. We're going to take an extra health, and hopefully that tacks right on there. It does, so now we got 5 HP to deal with. I think I can actually wiggle through this and come out. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Oh yeah, I have a boost. Yeah, I forgot about that. I don't use it a lot because I haven't really needed it. But if I can get some good old-fashioned damage on the jellyfish, this is great. Speaking of which, I'm going to put this back on. And yeah, I need to remember that I have that boost. Okay, jellyfish is free. So we'll hopefully going to be able to finish it off here. It seems to have a lot of health. But, whoop, I actually used my boost there successfully. The water's gone black, so this means something. Yeah, this jellyfish thing is tough. I've rained down damage on it. Okay. Should have seen that coming. Underwater explosions, turns out, are not my friend. I'm not really sure what those things are doing, but they're doing something. Those are explosives. We're going to take more bullets. More bullets is simply more damage and more explosions. Still wish I had the penetration. We spent a lot of upgrades. Well, okay, that was just a bad spot to be in. As I was saying, I spent a lot of upgrades on penetration that's now useless because I don't think it makes any difference once we change to explosions. At this point, I'm probably mostly just going to focus on any enemies rather than the big ones. I'm not even sure if those are killable at this point, but we're going to put an HP back on. I'll just take my time for the big things because they're clearly not going to die quickly no matter how many times I shoot them with explosions. We're just going to do our best to keep leveling up. Our explosions do really good to little guys, but the penetration would be good for the bosses because it's so rare we even get a hit on them. I'm going to take an energy gain multiplier because that's just going to help put my HP back on in a big way. Like we're already almost back to full health again. In fact, with that, we are back to full health. I kind of actually miss the water being colorful. Make it black seems just less fun. Okay, now we're stuck in amongst all this and something else is happening. Okay, what am I supposed to do here? How am I supposed to survive this? What is this? I guess just lure them around and thin them out as best I can. Okay, yeah, good. Yep, this is gonna go super well. We're gonna take some more HP at this point. Okay, can't go through that. Got it. Got it. Yeah, this is a really bad spot to be in. Maybe we'll get a chance to get a damage on the big eye here, though. Okay, can we get all of these on you? Okay, we're making it. We're okay. We slow down when we hit the light rays for some reason. Not sure where those are coming from. We're going to try and deal with those any moment now. And the big thing is now firing these at us. Okay, we're in trouble. Got away with one there. Good. Blood pressure is rising. Stress levels are rising. Oh, the big thing died. Great. We finally got rid of that. That actually takes up a lot of real estate. Now I could die a happy man. What is this? Energy gain multiplier, bullet size. I guess energy gain multiplier because we could just continually use this to put back health. Am I supposed to be attacking the wall? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. It's not very clear. There's not really any direction. And I'm the kind of person that needs a lot of direction. I'm not sure what's doing that either. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing, if I'm supposed to be attacking the wall or not. Maybe this is just the end, so it gets harder? I'm very confused and very stressed. So it turns out when you touch the outer wall, you get hurt. So that much we've determined. I decided to give it a try. Experience multiplier is going to be this much. I shouldn't have changed directions there. That was really, really close. Need to try and clear some room for myself. Definitely walked into that. Okay, we got a boost. Got a boost. Getting away. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I don't know if I'm supposed to attack the wall or not. I can't touch the wall. Wait, it's getting bigger? Is it moving? Okay, we died. But that means we've unlocked some new abilities and body parts for a googly-eyed idiot. Fire a returning parasite. Sure. We also now have some very fine danglers. We're going to hang out the rear. I don't know if we can put any more than one pair of those on at a time. It turns out we can. So I might get a little carried away. That's a little better. Who needs eyes anyway when you can just have lots of spikes? I'm hoping now that the enemies will just find me so confusing they won't really want to mess with me. But that's yet to be seen. So this thing actually wrecks. It goes right through. So if I can get multiple projectiles of this, we're going to be in good shape. It also leaves and bounces around me when I don't bring it back, so that's also great. It's so calm at the beginning, it makes it so easy, and experience multiplier is definitely something we might want right away. That's just going to be more easy levels for us. I'm not sure if the body parts physically change us in any way, but we do look a lot better. But that's probably also a rather subjective opinion. See, this is where projectile size does matter, because if we make our parasite worm thing bigger, he's going to just do all the more damage while he's out there spinning around, because he doesn't dissolve for anything, it seems. He just keeps going until he touches me again. And I can sort of manipulate him so he can miss and go by and then do it again. So he'll do lots of damage for me. This is good. This is good. We're making it even bigger. Look at the size of it now. It's going to touch everything every time I fire it. I wonder if there's a limit to how big we can make it. I should probably also fix the cooldowns too, because this thing is a little bit slow to fire for sure. So at times I might get myself into trouble because I just can't clear a space for myself. I need faster cooldown, but also a lot more of these. For now, I definitely will also take more HP. I could also increase the life of my projectile, but I think I want it to die at times anyway because I need to fire it again. I don't necessarily need it out there any longer. And we got our first big weirdo, but we could fire a projectile real deep in there using our penetration. So as soon as we get eyes on that again, we will send our parasite in to finish the job. Oh, he came right up to me that time. That's got to be some damage. Come on. Oh, I wanted to hit it again. Maybe more distance for this would actually be good, because then we go flying in there and just shred around in a giant horde of enemies. Well, whatever the case, we'll go ahead and fire it partially into the giant brain thing. Okay, this is a bad spot for me to be. Got it. We're going to increase our energy gain. That way we can put our HP back on. Didn't even realize we got hit somewhere. I don't know if I got a reward the last time I killed one of the big things, but I do want to kill it just because it's going to annoy me with whatever its ability is. We already have duck feet spawning. That's annoying because those are annoying. And my little parasite, oh, that thing hits me. I get it now. So we don't want to be there once it does that. Okay, these duck feet are much quicker than I am also, so we're going to have to struggle to get through this. I feel like this is a lot harder than it was last round because I'm fighting all sorts of things that I didn't have to fight last time for a long time. Okay, I'm obviously going to get a energy multiplier. That way I can start healing myself quicker. And hopefully avoiding though, that was really, really close. So this projectile obviously shreds quite good, but it also has its drawbacks as well. Like I could fire in and eliminate like 15 of those in one shot. So I really want to, yeah, okay, we got the big thing dead. That's going to make my life much easier. And now we're going to be able to send it a lot farther too. So it's going to penetrate deeper for much, much more chaos. That's definitely a little better. We'll see if we can improve on that even more. And if I can get it working the right angle, I can absolutely kind of manipulate them all the way through it. Not sure what happened to that one in front of me. I missed that. But if I get everyone pulling in a straight line, I can go like that. Then they all kind of get in line with it, and then they got to come through it to get to me. Okay, there's a few good things here. We're evolving. Hit enemies explode, or we get 3 projectiles. I think I actually want 3 projectiles because explosions can be rather superficial. I might come to regret that, but I mean, 3 projectiles. We do fire a lot slower, but I mean, that's going to shred now. Now I feel a little better about like the safety of my area around me. Okay, we're already in jellyfish zone, so we're going to work really hard to get that thing dead because we know it sucks to leave that thing lingering around for any longer than it has to. Okay, I'm going to also heal myself. There's an extra health back. Yeah, the trick to this parasite is to have multiple parasites, having 3 go out at least. And we're also going to get extra distance on them, so they're going extra far. That way they'll shred way deep into the horde of idiots. Yeah, we're destroying right now, so we're going to milk this for all we can. Not sure how much damage a jellyfish has taken at this point, but it's got to have been some. Okay, we can also heal ourselves back to full health and keep shredding our jellyfish thing. More good news, we can make our projectile bigger. So now they're going to shred even more. They actually got a lot bigger with that, so they're going to touch many things. Like, we're actually sort of chewing through the horde of enemies at this point. Normally there's so many of them, it's almost overwhelming, but at this point, we're actually starting to run out in a strange way. And we got some healing in the bank we can use should we get hit, and it's only a matter of time before we do. That's also new, so that's a little stressful. Energy gain multiplier, yes. That way, when we do get hit, we can start building up our extra life in the bank. Can we get all 3 of those on there? Nope, that jellyfish thing is strong. Okay, this is a weird direction to go in. We're gonna be okay. Luckily, the enemies really don't handle well. That was also a stupid spot for me to put myself. Things are okay so far. Oh, we have step jellyfish again. Okay, we should take advantage of this. He might get out of there, actually. We'll put ourselves into a bad spot trying to do that. So we're just gonna keep firing in circles and not get fancy. We will increase our speed and acceleration because that's gonna help. The duck feet things are very quick. We're managing to dodge them just by slowly turning in circles, but we need some maneuverability. This could be a good one for jellyfish. Well, we got 1 good hit. Eventually that thing will die. What we need is more projectiles again. That would be much better. I've actually lost track of the big jellyfish. Never mind. I was hoping it had actually managed to die, but that thing will never die apparently. It's just exists to... Actually, if it's stuck there, we could probably ignore it now. Yeah, let's actually just move away from it. I don't know if it could bother me. It might just be stuck there forever. Projectile size is about to go up by a huge amount again. Look at the size of those things. They're going to destroy so much. Okay, now we have eyes watching us. What have you? They turn into shells when we hit them. Interesting. Okay, the jellyfish got free. So the eyeballs, they turn into crystals and then die. I'm not really sure what I'm seeing here. Yeah, looks like that's the way they work. They also fire large projectiles at me, so... this is not going to get any easier. Luckily, our projectiles now are so big that we can really clean up a lot of the little idiots quite quickly. So as long as we're being careful, we're going to be okay. We could also send them a lot further now too, which is good. They're getting big, so they can really maximize their area by going further. Why would that jellyfish die? Does this not hurt them? We've rained so much damage down on the jellyfish. It just will not go away. He got snagged at one of the crystal things. He's too big to maneuver, so that's the only advantage I have over him. I can get him stuck. Ow. Okay, I put the health back on because I had energy in the bank, so we'll see how quickly it takes me to build that energy back up. Okay, I'm going to try and boost to this. Never mind, that was dumb. Got it. Okay, we're going to shoot these things a little bit further again. That way they act like a sniper rifle of destruction. They can keep going, but the things have turned black, so I think we're advancing through time. The jellyfish seems like it's getting quicker over time, does it not? I feel like I used to outrun it quite easily, and now it's right up in my business a lot. And that's getting annoying because I need to be able to fire these off more often than I am. Although, once we do fire into a big cluster, we basically destroy all the enemies on the map. I just got the sound that we got our... life back, our boost, and we can evolve again. Hit enemies explode. This might be a mistake, but I'm going to try that. We also lose cooldown. I'm just hoping we don't lose our penetration, which we don't seem to, so the enemies do explode slightly. It's not a big explosion or an exciting explosion, but it is an explosion, so we'll take it. The Immortal jellyfish is going to get really annoying though, and I should probably start strategizing somewhat of what enemies I'm focusing on. Right now I'm just sort of firing into the cluster, which is working fine, but we're going to start getting bigger, better enemies, so I need to be sure to either kill them or get away from them. Alright, well, the weapon's getting upgraded again. We've had like 1,000 weapon upgrades. Look how far they go now. They go way out there. I don't know if that was an explosion that just hit us. Whatever the case, we can put our health right back on. We could maybe use more health soon because we're going to start getting hit more and more. And we're back to this, but at least with this now, I should be accidentally hitting the wall more. Again, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to survive inside this or what the goal here is, but we can make them bigger again. That works well, so we can really clear out some room for ourselves. And those will inevitably hit the wall and everything else and hopefully give us freedom at some point. But I really don't know what I'm supposed to do here, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I've been doing. It's very stressful working close quarters. I want more projectiles. Okay, we're gonna boost out of there. Don't know how I did that without getting hit, or that. My projectiles do seem to have an effect on the thing on the outside. Like, it is doing damage to that, so that may or may not die. I am gonna take more health at this point, and I'm gonna add 1 health back on, so it puts us back to full health. We still got a lot of idiots to deal with, and a lot of damage, and a lot of different things going on. At this point, I'm going to assume that the jellyfish is immortal. Those explosions are also getting really annoying. I'm going to have to start to actually use my boost to get away from those. Just keep boosting, just keep boosting. That was close. Get away from the explosives. Oh, there's an explosive ahead. Okay, we killed him before he got me. Got to put some health back on. We got 3 lives right now. We're going to take an experience multiplier because those are all boring choices anyway. If we can't make this thing bigger or better, we're just going to go with the boring choices. I unlocked the meat body apparently, but I got caught in a cluster here. I'm still not sure at this point what I'm supposed to do, if I'm supposed to try and escape or survive. Either way, I failed. I decided to try the new ability I unlocked, and it is a chain zap. So as long as things are within my orbit, I chain zap them like that, which is nice because I don't really have to do any thinking. I can just swim around. It doesn't have quite the same destructive chaos as my projectile worm thing, but it works quite quickly. I've got the evolution for my zapper now. I've also got an extra bounce on the zap, but the evolution causes things to explode when I hit them, so now we have bouncing explosions. Plus, I can also get an extra zap chain, so now we'll actually have a little bit of breathing room again. Without the extra zap chains, this ability doesn't get you very far. We quickly jumped up to like 5 zap chains, so if we can get the cooldown back down below a second, we'll be doing good. But as you can see already, we're sort of running out of things to kill. So this ability went from kind of weak to actually quite strong. I just realized that this entire time that there's been those rays of lights connected directly to the jellyfish, so I'm wondering if I need to kill whatever those things are to kill the jellyfish. So that might actually be why I haven't been able to kill it yet, because I need to destroy that thing first. That would have saved me a lot of trouble before. I've got my cooldown down quite a bit, and I've got a lot of chains going off, so we're actually sort of running out of enemies to chain off of. But at least now when we get into our little circle of doom, we should be able to eliminate the enemies quite quickly. And we can now evolve again. So we're going to have initial zaps instead of 1, 3. So if I'm understanding that correctly, we're going to have 3 initial zaps that are then going to chain. Is that how it works? It's hard to count right now, but that seems to be. So we got 3 separate zaps that are going to chain themselves individually 5 times. So provided we're not getting hit by things, our zaps should be destroying everything around us quite promptly. So something that can help us will either be a bigger radius or faster zaps. So we're going to knock the cooldown down a little bit, so we're firing those zaps off more often. The enemies are dead, they can't hurt us. And we got the cooldown even lower again, so now we just go anywhere near the enemies, then they sort of just evaporate. So this is much easier. We're back to our infamous circle part. We're going to take maybe just a little bit more health to help us get through this, but I think with our zapping abilities right now, we're going to be okay. We did just get hit. We need to be careful of all the light rays and stuff, but at least I don't have a giant jellyfish taking up all my real estate. And the zaps, as long as I'm near a good cluster of enemies, are really actually working for me. The zaps aren't attacking the outside barrier, so that makes me think I'm not supposed to destroy it, I'm just supposed to survive long enough. I just dropped my cooldown by a lot again, so we're knocked things down by at least 30%. So my zap is going off non-stop, and it's hitting everything around me. Their stupid laser beam keeps going off. That manages to hit me though, but that one's hard to avoid. We'll be able to heal up real quick though. This part right here, but as long as there's nothing too near me and I don't panic, it's actually okay. Then it bumps me into itself. That sucks. Well, I suspect we're getting close to the end. Yeah, because that thing was not stopping. So we made it to the end with chain lightning and a lot of perseverance. Today we're going to use a chicken with a magic wand in its mouth to defeat as many innocent frogs as we possibly can. And to begin, luckily we have a wand that fires twice. 2 projectiles in a row, that means extra damage for the froggish side. And those 2 shots are more than enough to destroy these simple little frogs. On our level up, Pirate's Treasure, increased treasure chest to level 2. I don't really know what that means, but I'll take it. As long as I even feel like I'm making progress in some aspect of my life, I consider that a win. We're also going to need some more spells that aren't just balls flying out of my wand soon, because we got a large horde of frogs behind us that are going to absolutely destroy us if they touch us. Our first upgrade was some extra movement speed, which is the only thing keeping us alive so far. It's very hard to stay away from the frog horde right now, and I'm trying to just stay on the edge so I can actually pick up some of the dropped experience. I think I'm going to take Salt Rain. I don't actually know how useful this is. I just think it's funny to rain salt on frogs and slowly watch them dissolve. The whole premise of this game is funny to begin with, but then melting from acid rain is even better. My health bar, by the way, is this little green. There's our salt. Melt those frogs. Oh, that's much better. Oh, that's way better. Okay. Electric zone. Creates an electric aura around you that causes damage to the enemies inside. I like how they call it an electric aura. We're just electrocuting the wildlife at this point. Yeah, that's better. Okay, I like this. Now we can melt the frogs and electrocute them while shooting them with a magic wand. We're also going to summon a boomerang that hits the nearest enemy every 2 seconds. That's going to be good because I routinely forget to shoot. I forget that I have to actually do that myself. Acid rain is insane. We suddenly went from like struggling to being overpowered, although we're starting to get stronger frogs. And I definitely need to keep moving. We got some kind of upgrade over there, but if I stop moving, they bunch up around me and I will die very quickly. Out of all the things here, we'll take the interesting looking unicorn horn, increase the damage of arcane shots by 50%. I'm not sure which ones are arcane shots. I don't know if we have them yet, but if we get them, even better. I think that arrow is actually pointing us towards a shadow enemy. I think it's like a mini boss. We'll kill that as soon as we can. Maybe regenerating life would be good. 2% maximum life regen. As I was saying earlier, this is my health bar, the little green circle surrounding me that's not very full right now. My electrocution circle has so far saved me quite a bit of damage. I'm going to try and get to that over there, but it's really hard to avoid the frogs. I found where we killed the shadow guy, as another shadow guy appears. Cross trail leaves behind a trail of ice that slows enemies. I think I'm actually really going to like that, because anything we can already upgrade it too. Okay, yeah, that's probably actually going to be helpful, because everything in this game is really, really quick. We upgraded our speed by a considerable amount. We're still barely outrunning everything. And it's really hard to just commit to a direction. Like, I want that treasure chest up there, but it's so hard to weave between everything. Increase the duration of salt rain by 30%. So we're slowly going to melt all the frogs for even longer. I want more upgrades for that. I think that's our single best thing. We're also going to collect all the treasure chests we can because I'm greedy and I think those lead to permanent upgrades. The red arrow leaves us past the shadow idiot to more upgrades. Okay, great. We're going to grab that. Increases slowing effect on enemies frost step by 5%. So they'll get slowed by my this and they're getting even slower. And another upgrade for our Salt Rain, your projectiles deal an additional 2 damage. Or maybe that's saying just 2 damage to every projectile we have, which would be perfectly fine. Oh, this is a really bad spot. I'm going to have to take some damage to get out of that. That was really ugly. But our Salt Rain is back. It's pouring it on. It's going to last longer and do more damage. There's so many upgrades on the ground already. We're going to increase our life by 4%. That's not really a huge upgrade, but out of all those, it was the best. There might have been a reroll token there that I might have missed, so I need to pay attention to that. This is the kind of game that really makes you earn the progress. Increase movement speed by 40%. I think we're already at a 20% increase, so that's actually going to help a lot. This way we can maneuver around through the frogs easier and pick up more of the orbs safely. Movement speed is really important at this stage of the game, it seems. Increase wand damage. What was this one? Cause 1000 damage to all enemies on screen every 100 seconds. All we got to do is last 100 seconds and we get to kill everything on screen. That's true, Frogicide. Okay, this is crazy hard already. 5.5 minutes until we got destroyed, but we did make 8,000 coins, which I accidentally just spent on a new wand, but I don't actually regret that. We also have Midas wood that we can make the wand out of. There's all sorts of things you can insert into the wands you make to make them stronger. So far I've created the stupid stick and then I made the idiot stick. Now we're going to make something new with whatever this does. It's beautiful and will hopefully give me a lot better chance to do anything at all. The wand's name is Frogicide, just so we're not beating around the bush. So it's firing a triple shot, and those things go a long ways. Okay, we're getting much stronger already. And it's starting us with our beloved acid rain. Perfect. We're going to slowly melt the frogs while triple shotting them. Because I can fire 3 of these at once, I'm actually going to stick nice and close in a little circle here. We need those upgrades soon. Any experience left on the ground is not our friend. Yeah, I'm also going to summon one chick to cast a spell at the nearest enemy, so now we have a little helper. Hopefully they do a lot of damage. So far, they seem to be helping actually quite a bit. That extra projectile is doing a lot. And once the acid rain comes in, everything's going to die. There was frogs bunched up on the rocks, so I moved the screen over to accommodate them. I'm not going to stop until every frog in this world is absolutely massacred. I didn't notice the coins on the ground either. Drop 1 lightning on the nearest enemy. That I like how it so gently says we're dropping lightning on the enemy. We're not hitting a single frog with an enormous lightning bolt. We're just dropping a lightning on them. It makes it sound much nicer that way. There's some treasure chests on the ground. We'll definitely pick those up because it's clearly going to get us better wands and better everythings. Still going to need a little more fire rate and everything else. But so far so good. We're dropping all sorts of stuff on the ground. We're staying well ahead of the frogs so far. I think what would pair really well with our current devices of torture would be poisonous gas. Creates a gas cloud that deals 1 damage every 0.8 seconds. Okay, so that's just going to go around me. Yeah, that's actually going to be big. So we got some good AoE style stuff coming in. Got lots of experience on the ground, but there's a red arrow down in the lower left, so I really probably need to go explore that. Okay, we got to keep moving though at the same time. We're going to need movement speed, because without that, we're just doomed. We're already getting hit by everything. And depending what's in upgrades like this too, these could really help us out. Increase the duration of Salt Rain by 30%. Because Salt Rain's absolutely going to be one of our big weapons. Okay, we got him dead right away. There's our movement speed. Perfect. This is shaping up to be a good one. I'm also going to get Mushroom Exploder, just because that sounds funny to say. It spawns one mushroom every 0.8 seconds, which explodes, dealing 12 damage to all the nearby idiots. So the few of them that are going to get hit by that are going to get real hurt by that. And then we'll start to slowly thin out the frogs. Look at all this stuff on the ground. This is just very satisfying. We're also starting to get the first of the big frogs. We seem to be able to destroy them fairly quick if we focus our damage on them, so that's a good sign. We got some giant mushrooms on the ground. Salt Rain is going up, even more damage for even longer. So we're shaping up to be very powerful so far. And we can definitely kite them into the damage, and then they're doomed. I do like the way we fire 3 shots in front of us that can take out a little frog, so we can at least clear the way for ourselves somewhat. What's happening? I don't know what this is. It's very dark, and it's super not helpful. Okay, great. Okay, we're also going to get Fire Dance. Summons one flame that launches towards the nearest idiot every 2.5 seconds. Okay, good. We're back to the funnel vision. Just what I wanted. Yep, this is totally survivable. I'm kind of just going to go in somewhat small circles to draw everything into my mushrooms and poison cloud right now, just because I can't see what's coming. I don't really know how to deal with this or why this has happened to us. But they're all getting mushroomed. There we go. Okay, now we're actually really trapped too at the same time, so we're just going to go this way. Salt Rain every 6 seconds, 8 damage per second for 6 seconds for all enemies. We were really close to dying there. We're still really close to dying. I'm going to get greedy though and walk through this horde of stuff. We're going to try and take out the special boy here, who's right in our stuff. We're going to stay away from spots like that. Okay, we can try and get to that chest, but that's really dangerous. We are so low on health and in a really bad spot. Acid Rain came in, so I got brave and went up to this. We're going to increase the distance we can pull stuff in from. I almost walked into a giant frog, and we might be able to get it even more at this point. I'm going to try that Salt Shaker. I think that's going to increase Acid Rain. That might just be all projectiles in general. Not really sure, but anything is better than nothing. This is going to be a good one. It's even a yellow quality. It rains salt every 6 seconds, dealing 10 damage per second. That's actually crazy high. So now we're going to start melting everything. So if we could only just get some of our HP back, we kill that. Oh, whoa, I walked into a frog. That's so hard to survive. I don't get what we're supposed to do. Luckily, we can afford a new chicken at this point. He comes with all sorts of bonuses, but he also summons one chick every 4 levels. So using this new chicken, I've been getting Arcane Shot a lot, which normally starts as 2 projectiles firing out. Strangely, we're getting that a lot, so I've just been selecting it, so we're really upgrading it. I'm going to add Salt Rain there to help thin out the idiots. But I think actually if I can get that up a lot, 1 damage is also going up. But the this thing, Arcane Shot, goes off quite a lot, and that's actually going to clear out a lot of frogs for me. See, look at that. Fires 16 projectiles every 3 seconds. HP regeneration probably would have been wiser, but that's a lot more fun. And those things keep going too. But if we can manage to get that up a few levels, summon what orb that orbits around you. I'm actually going to try that because that might absorb projectiles. It might also hit things. Yeah, okay, that goes circles around me at a bigger area, so that's going to help keep me safe. And hopefully projectiles eventually. We're going to take more movement speed. We're level 10 now, so we got 2 small chicks helping us. Once we hit level 12, we'll get even more. Okay, we got the cone of truth here, so we need to stay in the center for a sec till that goes away. Luckily, we're strong enough to destroy everything. I'm also going to get the poisonous gas cloud because I know how strong that can be. There we go. Fire 32 projectiles. So those are going to hit a lot. So as long as I stop walking into the enemies, that's actually going to really do well for us. Especially if I can get something from this, it would synergize with that. Increase the damage of arcane shots by 50%. Okay, that's going to be a big one now. When those things go off, they're going to wreck. And we can get it again, 64 projectiles every 3 seconds. I think that's actually max level at this point. So as long as we could not get hit for 3 seconds, we should have a pretty clear path to go in almost any direction. We'll see for sure. Especially things that are close to us. They're going to take a lot of shots. Treasure chests are going to level 2. That just means more gold coins. Maybe that's a strategy I've been getting wrong the whole time. Maybe we just need really high level of one skill instead of a bunch of different skills. There's our regen that we need, so we can start putting our HP back on while doing that. And Arcane whatever really works well because I really don't have to think. It just fires in all directions, so it's very hands-off for me. Let's add a little more HP because we got damage okay for now for once. So if HP goes up, then regen goes up as well. So we're going to increase our health by a further 20%. So HP regen is going to be more per tick every second. Arcane Shot isn't one-shotting the big guys if it hits them with a single one, but when multiple hit, which I often do, then it kills them. But I need to remember that. And we have 3 small chicks helping us at this point, and then we're going to increase the duration of Acid Rain by 30%. I'm not really sure what to upgrade, so I guess we'll just go for Salt Rain again. Maybe Salt Rain plus my Helper Chicks plus my Arcane whatever will just decimate everything. Then we'll have it on Easy Street for a while. Here comes our next Shadow Idiot. Okay, never mind, he's dead. Movement speed's going up. Perfect. This is shaping up. We're getting all the things we need. Maximum health going up by a further 20%, so that means regen even stronger. Plus we can tank a little bit more damage so we can make even stupider plays. If we could get surrounded by orbs as well, I'd feel a lot better. But so far, we're actually keeping ourselves pretty safe. Like, there's lots of room around us. That's the 5-minute mark. So I hear something colorful. We're going to reroll those. Well, maybe increase our base attack speed by 20%. I assume that only refers to my wand. It's a little hard to say in this game. But that's just going to help me clear a path faster. I found another item upgrade thing, so that could be good for a few different things. I guess we'll just execute enemies with less than 3% health, but I figure if they have 3% health, they're pretty much already dead, so I'm not sure how helpful that's going to be. Increase chick attack speed by 20%. I don't know if those count as those or not. They are in fact little chicks, so that might be the case. And that would be great, because we're only going to get more and more of them as we level up more. In fact, we'll even summon more, so we'll start building those as well. So we'll have lots of little chicks with advanced attack speed. We're getting lots of treasure chests. There's that jingle sound again. I don't really know what that is. Acid Rain, nope. Health going up wouldn't be bad. Yeah, we'll take another 20% HP. Now we're good and tanky. We're going to need it for when the projectiles show up, then I can panic less and kill more. The idiots are starting to show up, so we're going to get Acid Rain. That's going to do big damage to them, and that's going to be good because it can kill them from a long ways away, and they'll die sooner than later. The faster they die, the less projectiles we deal with. These ones are all sort of the same, so Fire Dance can get more damage. If we do get Fire Dance, which we might, it's better. Increase life by 4%. Yep, that's just more HP regen for me. The projectile things do seem to die pretty quickly, so when Arcane Shock goes out, it does tend to wreck a lot of them. And less projectiles means I'm much, much healthier. And I'll go to over $10,000 so I can really reroll things. Salt Rain. Every 6 seconds, 12 damage per second. So I'm going to try and get that maxed out next, maybe. There's max level. 14 damage per second for Salt Rain. So every time it shows up, it's really going to evaporate a lot of idiots. And that's just less projectiles, which means I can survive much, much easier. I was perhaps wrong. Salt Rain can go even stronger. Look at this card, though. That's got to be something real good. It doesn't actually say what it does. Like this one it says, this one it says, so this must be like an ultimate. Well, whatever. We'll take it. Oh, interesting. So we have different options for its ultimate ability. Enemies killed turn into statues that explode and hit other idiots. This one, the rain is 900% more damage, but its cooldown is reduced by 200%. I kind of like this. Rain causes 300% more damage, lasts 40% longer, cooldown is reduced by 20%, and the ground explodes where the rain falls. It's basically Armageddon. So I'm going to pick Armageddon. So when that rain goes off, I think the whole map is going to wipe. There we go. Okay, that's a little easier. I can see again. We just wreck everything. I think little balls might refer to my circular, so now we have 3 of those around us. So this is shaping up to be a good run. So what do we want to do that to next? The satellites maybe? Summon 2 orbs that orbit around you. Yeah, had I known there was ultimate upgrades in the beginning, I might have just gone for that because clearly those are way strong. Cooldown is reduced, so it should be quicker than... Yep, there it is again already. And because we're getting rich, we can reroll a lot to hopefully get the ultimate upgrades for these. Health would also be interesting, but we will get the little orbs. Now we got 5 orbs circling us. We just killed another shadow guy. Now we get 4 orbs to circle us. The rain has showed up again, so everything's getting wrecked. We're going to reroll looking for more... I'll actually take regen at this point, just because we are getting hit and things are starting to hurt a lot. But with all of our HP too, that's actually really good balance. Oh, Arcane Shot. Oh, I forgot that was maxed out. Yeah, we get another ultimate ability. So we have Furious Blast. 10 bursts of 32 shots are fired around you, each causing 24 damage. That's insane. Every 3 seconds, 64 shots are fired in a clockwise motion around you, each causing 24 damage. That's also insane. I'm kind of feeling Furious Blast. 10 bursts of 32 shots. Okay, that's actually liking the game. Okay, this is going to work well. Okay, between that and the Acid Rain and soon to be whatever else we're doing, this is going to work very well to the point where the game's lagging and I can't really see anymore. We're filling the world with projectiles. We are getting hit a lot, so I'm actually going to take more HP regeneration just to get a little bit of healing. Look at all the experience on the ground. But look at all the projectile morons as well. That's troubling. We did level up again, so we're re-rolling, looking for the kind of things that would help us get ahead. Maybe for regen, actually, since we're getting so much of it, we'll start building that up, because the ultimate regen level's got to be something good, too. All the ultimate abilities seem crazy, crazy strong. Plus, we have an army of little chickens. We're going to be at the top level for satellites, so we need one more level of that to get our ultimate satellite ability. I forgot we had those going on out there. They're definitely helping keep us safe, and they just wrecked the shadow guy. More HP. This game went from being incredibly hard in a struggle to now we're destroying everything. We're going to get 12% of our max life every 5 seconds, so we should be able to heal through lots of damage. There are so many projectiles suddenly. I think if those hit me, they might actually kill me, so I do really need to be careful. Oh, that's tempting to go for more health, but I want to try and roll for the ulties. A few rolls later, satellites, ultimate ability. Or dual satellites is what we're going to do. There'll be 2 rows of satellites, damage increased by 100%. The size of satellites is increased, but that's okay, there'll be more of them. Now we got those little spinny balls, and those are still going to hit anything getting anywhere close to me. I'm not even going to fire my main weapon anymore, I don't need to. Plus I think the game doesn't love it. It already seems to be struggling just a little bit with what we got. Well, these are getting expensive, so we'll just increase our treasure chest to tier 3. That just means we'll get more coins for more rerolls or permanent upgrades. Either way, we're pretty happy. Yeah, we got our ultimate regen ability. Well, we get to pick from... Oh, wait, no, that's just max level. Okay, so next time we'll get our maximum regen. I got ahead of myself. At this point, I'll actually take more health, just because we get that closer to its ultimate upgrade too. Look at that big green orb. We're definitely going to touch that thing. That had to be a ton of experience. Okay, well, maximum health will be at 140%. There might be one more level of that, I'm not sure, but that's also getting very close to its ultimate too. We're also getting hit by a lot of things, but it really doesn't matter. We're just regenerating right on through. We're level 44. Look at all the little chicks we have helping us. We've got our top level health upgrade, so the next time that spawns, it will be its ultimate upgrade. And we obviously need the help because we're clearly struggling to get through all this. Upgrades are already costing over $1,000, so we're going to get more of the mini chicks. They are doing a lot of damage. Oh, look at these. These are clearly rarer variety. So reduce the cooldown of arcane shot by 50%. That's this. So that's going to go off twice as often as it does. So pretty much constantly at this point. Great. I like how when I think I can't get any stronger, something comes up and then we get stronger. We're going to get more small chicks. We're just headed for more and more ulties. And we can pick up all those beautiful chests on the ground. I'm pretty sure I can tank through damage. I'm not going to push my luck too much in that though, because we don't want to find out the hard way. There's 5 chicks. Okay, better make that 6. That's getting close to its max level as well, so we definitely got a lot of ultimate upgrades coming up soon. We did get our ulti for the mini chicken at this point, so we're definitely going to take that. So we can pick from puberty, chicks turn into a chicken, damage increased by 700%, attack speed by 300%, and shots penetrate up to 2 enemies. Elite chicks, chicks gain sunglasses, damage increased by 1000%, and shots infinitely pierce through enemies. That's actually crazy. And brood of chicks, summons 5 more chicks, increase attack speed by 35%, damage by 300%. I'm definitely going to take elite chicks, because 1000% damage and shots infinitely pierce. So I don't know what, we're so stupidly overpowered at this point. They're going to be firing non-stop, and those shots are not going to stop for anything. They're just going to keep on going. Decrease the time to spawn relic chests by 5 seconds. Wait, are we picking both of those? We might have just picked both of those. I'm not really sure what happened. Either way, chests are going to spawn faster, which means more fast upgrades for us. Not that we're running into any shortage of those. It really, keeps consistent with the upgrades. Well, we'll knock another 5 seconds off the spawn time for chests. You know what? We better get that one twice. We can take an extra little bit more HP. That's not going to hurt. Experience, rather, because we're clearly not leveling up enough. Hey, look at that little thing. That was actually quite tough. We'll take some poisonous gas. It's free. We're also getting close to the extra chest spawning. I can't imagine what the ultimate upgrade there would be. Was that a tank? I think a tank spawned. It didn't last for very long because we are like a super tank ourselves. It is a tank. Upgrades are getting expensive again, so we'll just take more experience gain. That certainly can't hurt at this point. Well, we're past the 15-minute mark. Whatever that thing was very strong. I'm glad that didn't touch me. That actually might have hurt a lot. Okay, we're now getting an extra 50% base experience along with our already double experience, so we might be getting 300 experience depending on how they stack. It feels like we might be, given the rate we're leveling still. Like, we're way into the game and we're absolutely leveling very fast. So let's add some more to that. And we're getting the big green orbs. Those are adding a lot of experience to us. Chest party is also going to be max size, so lots of chests. That's ready for its ultimate upgrade, which should mean even more chests. So let's see if we can seek out. Well, also there's experience getting to a very high level. We'll take... Whoa, look at this guy. Oh, there's lots of them. I thought he was the king, but there's multiple of those. Big purple orbs. I feel like we're going to wreck these guys too. They can tank some of my orbs, which is interesting. That just tells me we're going to need even more upgrades. And I'm here for that. This game will not stop handing out the upgrades. So we now get an 80% bonus to experience. And then our next one's going to be the ultimate. Our little chicks are going to destroy the king frogs. We're going to reduce the cooldown or salt rain by 20%. That's a rare quality upgrade. But it's now going to rain apocalypse down much quicker. I'm starting to assume that some of these don't have ultimate abilities. That's why I can't find them, even though I've been searching forever. So we'll just settle for pretty much anything at this point. Salt Shaker. Your projectiles deal even more damage. Yeah, we clearly needed more of that. Our experience is ridiculous at this point. All right, we're going to add extra lightning because we need more lightning. Lightning probably hits very hard, and that's good for the big guys because they definitely can eat some damage. We just lost half of our HP to something. We're putting it back very quickly, but that was eye-opening. So I probably don't want to touch the big frogs. Luckily, we can kill them very quickly. The tanks fire triple shot. Didn't notice that before. I got so strong, I sort of stopped paying attention to things. There's some cool upgrades here. The spelling on this increases the size of electricity zone by 10% and damage by 20. I don't know what that's referring to. The trick shot pierces through the first enemy and the attack damage is increased by 100%. They already have 1000% extra damage and infinite pierce, but that's the only upgrade there that could actually be of use to us. But now the shots actually look cool. Okay, magnets going up in level again, so we'll be able to suck stuff in from very, very far away. Not unlike your mom, and we'll just keep on going, picking up whatever chests we can get. Pirate chest level 8. We have over $100,000. I remember I thought I was rich and I had 5,000. And the chests are just constantly spawning. This is actually kind of a dangerous spot to be. We're a little bit trapped, but I'm not that worried about it. Because we got our ultimate magnet. Oh, that doesn't actually tell you what it did. Maybe I misread that and that wasn't the ultimate, but it felt like it was. Maybe it's just really big. We seem to have limited upgrades left, so we're going to get mushroom explosions. I think those are going to be the best bang for the buck at this point. That's a new thing. Don't know what that is. It's eating a ton of damage. And then it died. More mushroom exploder. Also high level lightning. 5 lightning bolts on nearby enemies, which is mostly the king frogs. We're going to melt the crown right into their head. Feel like we're getting close to the end, just based on the number of giant idiots spawning and not much else. Ooh, ultimate lightning. Ultimate Zeus punishment. So divine protection. Powerful lightning bolt falls under you, protecting you and dealing 100 damage to all nearby enemies. That's very strong. 12 lightning bolts fall randomly, dealing 18 damage per bolt. Also strong. 8 lightning bolts. Strike 8 different enemies, dealing 60 each. I kind of like the protection one. 100 damage, it's going to strike me and spread out to everyone around me. Simply because we are starting to take some hits and they are hurting. Also, our mushrooms are getting very strong. They're going to explode and deal 22 damage and they're going to spawn quite often. And not long after that, we're going to get ultimate mushroom ability. Long story short, we're going to get grenade mushroom. They deal 30 damage and the explosionary is increased by 2. So they just get bigger explosion. Nuclear mushrooms. These are the other options. You want to read them, go ahead and pause it. I'm not here to read. I'm here to destroy frogs. And we're doing a pretty good job of that so far. I guess just Medusa at this point. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to pick up as many of these chests as we can. We have $200,000. We've also added a boomerang to our arsenal. We're leveling up so fast now it's almost annoying because we just can't get like any consistency done. There's the 20-minute mark. I was hoping for some kind of boss. We'll see if something turns up. So far, nothing except this guy has shown up. I don't know if this is supposed to be the boss or not. He's eating a lot of damage, but he did die. We got some cool rare upgrades out of a chest. I don't even know what these are. These are blue. All shots deal 5% damage. Yes. I just found the ultimate for frost steps. The ice trail deals 15 damage per second. The ice trail area increases bigger, and that freezes for longer. This one, when I leave an ice trail, it leaves a path that if I walk on, I gain speed. I already hit max move speed, so we're just going to get painful ice. So anyone that walks on this is going to take damage per second. And we're so quick that we're going to leave a lot of damage per second on the ground. I think I actually just killed myself walking into a giant frog because I was not at all taking that seriously anymore. I feel like I could have just kept going really for a long time anyway. So $354,000 is good enough for me. This is a game that's all about clicking, and I am a world-class clicker. For every one of the next 100 days, we're going to get clicks. 1 click equals 1 carrot, 1 tree, 1 rock, etc. Since we have a lot of stones, let's mine a few stones so we can build our first quarry. We can put that there. This is going to turn 1 single click here into 3 stones once an idiot carries them to here. That was the end of day 1 already, and there's some carrots sitting here that are easy pickup, but what we actually need is a farm because that's going to produce more carrots. In fact, we're going to need lots of farms, so we're going to build a few of those, but we also need a lumber thing. And we need lots of resources because they build towers. We get attacked every 4 days or so throughout these 100 days. So we've now got the pieces for our first lumber camp. We'll put that there. The enemies really only attack the main base or the tower, so I'm not really worried about other things. This might actually be a good setup here because enemies coming from this side have to go through that little gap right now. So as long as I keep these buildings charged up, 3 clicks will turn into 9 stones. Time for the day of the battle. Our resources aren't grand, but the enemies won't be grand themselves. Like here's a spider that we can one-shot. The day's battle is easily done. On to the next day, and we're going to continue to build more farms and resources. We build farms so we can build more quarries and lumber yards. Whoops, didn't mean to place that there, but that's fine. We got a few days until the next attack, so we're going to try and hoard resources. We already have enough actually for another quarry, so we'll put that there, even deeper in the stones. And now the resources and upgrades should start to pay for themselves thanks to our investments. Like a few more wood, we get another lumber camp. And a few more stones is probably the same for a quarry. And if you want to see what's further out on the map, we can just click around and it will reveal a little more. That can be useful. Right now it's not. We're going to be attacked today. I paused the game for a second because if we mine just a little bit of wood, we can build our first sniper or watchtower. I think we're going to install a sniper tower. I don't know which way the enemies are coming from, but those things hit really hard. So that spider just got nuked for 100 damage. We can take care of some of the spiders ourselves. And you know what? The defenses just naturally are up to keeping us safe. Wow, there's actually a lot more enemies than I thought coming in. Luckily, they're still all very weak. We used up our clicks for the day, so on to the next day. I do need a click factory. Turns 1 click into 5 clicks at the start of the next day when activated, so I'm probably going to need a few of these as well. Basically, more clicks equals more power, obviously, so I'm going to build a few of those as soon as I can. And click storage, actually, I need to keep up on these farms because carrots are life. Click storage will get us in more, I think, maximum clicks per day. It's another attack day, so we're going to put a watchtower down that's also very strong. I guess I'm just mostly going to put it here. We're going to have more enemies coming in today, so I need to be careful. The watchtower is going to fire a lot quicker overall, so hopefully it's able to protect the castle. We can heal if we click. Like you can see, our main castle is losing a little bit of HP, so is our tower, but we can just heal it right back up. The main castle is the one we don't want to lose. Everything else is probably fine. My turrets have actually run out of ammo, the clicks essentially, so the king's going to have to go do all the dirty work for us. Gonna need a better balance of things, but we still didn't lose any towers, so we're actually fine. But I need to pay a little bit better attention to resources, clearly. Okay, since these towers don't really, like I can't build anything around my main base, I'm going to put some sniper towers further out for now, and then hopefully they're able to defend against the monsters when they do show up again. I can fit a watchtower over here, so that hopefully that can combine with the sniper tower to do some real damage. Okay, today's battle day, so we'll see what we have to deal with. I think these guys have to funnel through this little gap, so we should actually put some spikes in there. If they walk over spikes, they take damage, and that's just going to help us. And they have to walk through that little gap, so they get spiked real bad. I forgot to reload the towers again. So clearly what I'm going to need is a reloader. That's a guy that will go around and reload the towers for me. We got to keep him topped up, obviously, but he's a much more efficient way of keeping things going. So he's going to go there, and I think he can hit all my current towers, actually. I'm going to put a few more spikes in just because those were fairly effective at whatever they were hitting. And I'm going to add another click factory. We're essentially out of clicks for the day. But the rest I'm maybe just going to take a look out further to see if we got more resources or whatever. A bomb tower shoots bombs. I need one of those. Well, there's also a thing to increase tower radius by 1. That would actually be big. Bomb tower takes 30 wood and 10 something we don't have. We're currently under attack by 23 wolves and 8 bears. So hopefully the spikes on one side will take care of them. We got to remember to keep the towers topped up for once. They're coming from the north this time as well. I think overall we're quite okay. The reloader did such nice work there, I hardly had to do a thing. I'm going to put another quarry in, maybe down here. I don't really want to mine out that defensive area too much. But you can never have too many quarries, and we're going to put another lumber camp up here to finish off some of that wood. We got a few days before the next attack, not a ton of time, but if we utilize our resources well, that could turn into plenty of towers. Oh, I'm also going to put down a barracks. That can let an idiot out that can actually fight for himself. We're going to put that right there where it's close to our main important tower. These guys aren't harvesting wood anymore. Oh, okay, so we'll take the partial refunds. So I'm going to need a lumber camp or 2 down below then for sure. And because I did get attacked from up top before, we're going to put a watchtower down there that can still hit the edge of that. They are going to start to mine out my little defensive area here soon, but that's okay. There's also a treasure chest here we're going to go ahead and bust open. That was full of all sorts of stuff. Maybe we need another barracks. Yeah, that probably can't hurt. We're going to put a barracks here. That way when they walk through the spikes, they got to fight whoever's in the barracks. They're going to continue working away today, so actually if I get only 7 rocks, I could put yet another tower in. I think I want to put a sniper tower maybe up top. That we can start hitting things up here before we even see them, because those sniper towers do a lot of damage. If we get lots of sniper towers, we could have like essentially a machine gun sniper tower. Idiots are already getting way too close to that. I'm going to put an outpost up there just to draw the snake's fire away, whatever those things are. That way that can tank the damage so our expensive sniper tower doesn't need to die. Then we'll check in on everyone else, and I think so far so good. Yeah, very good. with a little bit of our leftover stuff. There's one spawner up there. We're just going to take a look around and see there's lots of wood down there. Before the next day's even started, I refilled a lot of my stuff, and today's just a day for them to gather as many resources as they really want. We're going to increase the tower radius by 1, and we're going to harvest enemy bodies for essence. That's the purple material that I think I need for more upgrades. I'm going to throw a watchtower down over here as well. That way there's a sort of triple tower thing. If we get close to that spawner, we could actually, I could put a Terra right beside it, but I think the turret's going to die fairly quickly. We could try clearing out some of these weeds to see if I can build closer with a bigger... That actually works. Alright, well, we're going to put one of those there, and that's just going to fire in a spawner for a couple rounds. And we're going to bulldoze some old unnecessary buildings. Now that I cleared a little bit more around this spawn, I'm going to put 2 of these out. That should hopefully destroy that thing by tomorrow. Maybe it won't actually. But that's fine because it's still pretty funny that it exists. Now, if I could start harvesting enemy corpses for things, we'll get a bomb tower soon too. I feel like I did lose a sniper tower somewhere here. Thought I had one more. Okay, it's the start of attack day. These guys have actually destroyed the spawner entirely, and they got kamikaze bombed. Looks like we're going to have a whole bunch of different things coming in. Luckily, the spikes will do a lot of damage. Ooh, okay, that thing took a lot of damage too. We're going to need more sniper towers back, because I need to hit these things way out here instead. This is such a nice little defensive natural thing that I'm really, really happy we have it. So happy, in fact, that I'm going to add more spikes. That way anything that has to come toward us, at least on the ground, gets really spiked up. I'm really happy my exploratory towers up here were able to destroy a spawner though. There's also somewhere diamonds in the ground. Should we need diamonds for something? Okay, I found 2 spawners over here. This is actually maybe going to be good because I think we can destroy both of these. Maybe we should just put a barracks in because I think those are just... Nope, that was a bad idea. To make up for that, I'm going to put a watchtower right here where it's hopefully going to destroy both of those. We're also going to look around a little bit, but I think the less spawners that exist, the less enemies we're going to fight. Okay, I'm going to place another sniper tower down here. That way it can still hit things as they get close to these towers that are pretty able to defend themselves. Today's another attack day. I was really hoping this tower would finish off this tower before anything crazy happened. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. But the eyeballs walked right past that for some reason. So we're actually going to just put a point back into that. The spikes seem to have done a lot of damage. This was a strangely easy round, except for all these eyes coming in, but I think we're going to be okay with these. The eyes took a really roundabout way to get to us for some reason. They seem to attack these up here, so those guys can stay up there and do nothing all day long. And by the time we're done over here, we should absolutely have destroyed that tower. And this is a nice little funnel point as well. Enemies have to go past this to get to me. Okay, we destroyed another spawner. Oh, we got 37 of those things. So that means we can build a market that can go anywhere. Now we can use that to trade, I think, 5 coins for 1 click. So if we need more clicks in any given round, we can add some on. Also, it seems we got plenty of wood. So let's put a little bit of spikes down where they might come in handy. We are starting to get tons of materials. These guys can still reach tons, so that's good. I'm going to actually add another lumber camp down here and a quarry probably also down here where we're going to refill some other things and maybe make another click factory. This is all getting to be a lot to keep track of. And then with the remaining clicks, I'm just going to get some more wood and we have enough for another tower of any variety we want except for bomb. Kind of forgot about the bomb tower, but we can actually afford one with just a little bit of wood. It fires quickly, 30 base damage. We can fit it here. Should anything cross the spikes, that would actually maybe be good. Yeah, we're going to put that there and see how this goes. Things are going to get spiked really bad, but then they're going to get bomb towered really hard if they get through the gap. Yeah, they're getting through, but they're getting wrecked pretty bad. Oh, the bomb tower just died. I didn't click to heal it fast enough. I think all the enemies came from one side though. That's why that was as bad as that was. They're still kind of getting in there. We also lost our barrack spawn. The spikes are starting to wear out, but we're okay. Okay, another bomb tower. Does our reloader reach that? The reloader doesn't reach the bomb tower. Wow, everyone's out of resources. They want so many of my precious clicks. Some of these guys are actually going to start running out of stuff to mine again, which is crazy considering how many resources are around for them. Shoots fire arrows that damage over time. I feel like that's actually going to be really good. It only takes 10 wood and 30 other resources. And we got lots of wood to spend right now. Damage over time, so we kind of want them to hit things further out. I don't know, we'll throw one up here and see how that works. Feel like I need more click factories too. I keep forgetting to fill these in, but we're also making more room everywhere we go. And the more clicks we have, the more everything we can do. We probably also need more click storage as well, so we're going to squeeze that in up here. I'm also going to put another reloader down here, and I'm going to manually cut some wood because we need a little bit of extra wood. Then we're going to put another some kind of tower over here that could work with the reloader and the bomb tower. I feel like the bomb tower pairs nicely with a sniper tower. We just need one more wood. So sniper tower, I can just go there because he reaches way out to the darkness, where there's actually a spawner not too far. Sniper tower should be able to reach that fairly soon. Day 33, we're 1/3 of the way there. This isn't an attack day, so we could actually place some kind of tower here. Should we just rain fire on that thing for a minute? Yeah, that wasn't that expensive, so that's going to get damaged over time, which is all day today. And we'll take a look at what's around it. Oh yeah, I've got to reload this. Yeah, that thing's doing tons of damage. We're also going to put an outpost behind just to make sure that thing dies by tomorrow, then we should have less idiots to deal with overall. I feel like there might be another spawner somewhere in the area. Well, there's some more of that. I might actually just put a few little outposts or whatever out here just to kind of slow the enemies down to come from that way, because that side's obviously very exciting for the idiots. Okay, that spawner got destroyed, and we'll find out where the idiots are coming from. 45 clicks today. I feel like I still need more storage. We need more of my carrots, which I'm forgetting to harvest again. Okay, we got idiots coming from up top. These are thieves. They're here to steal my something. We're also getting attacked by ghosts up top, so we're just going to make sure that's got lots of help. Okay, there was lots coming from down below here. The ghosts here are destroying. Okay, that thing actually fended off those all by themselves. The enemies are taking a strange path to get here, but we just, I think, destroyed them all. Yeah, so far so good. The ghosts seem to phase in and out of reality. Like, I don't think we can hit them at all times, only when they're actually showing up. Ran out of clicks here, so we're going to sacrifice some coins to refill some much needed ammo. I think the thieves or the ghosts might come in here and actually like take resources out of buildings. That's why I suddenly need to refill all these when I didn't have to a minute ago. Anyways, that great war day is over. Now I got lots more clicks back, so I just need to continue cruising along. I do want to explore a little bit further out. There's another spawner that could probably eliminate fairly easily, depending on what's 2 spawners. Okay, when in doubt, we'll put a sniper tower in front of it. We've only got like a day and a half before we're gonna need, so we might have to demolish that in the end. But we'll see. There's another spawner. This one's in range of a fire tower, so we'll park a fire tower on its doorstep, and then we'll make sure everything's getting real hurt. Okay, today's a peaceful day. I just got to make sure most of my things are stocked up. Some of these quarries are going to be getting away from stones they can't actually mine, but for now, as long as they're doing something, don't really care. Okay, these guys got absolutely wrecked up here. There's another spawner right there as well. I'm going to put a watchtower here because I have the resources left over, and I'm tempted to actually put a watchtower right there. That's probably going to get wrecked, but that's okay because that's going to start to harm the next spawners really badly. Probably going to demolish that sniper tower because I feel like it's going to get wrecked anyway, so you might as well get some resources out of it. And we're also getting attacked by trolls, big, scary, and strong. I feel like those turtles are going to be a problem. We're going to try and build some life back into that. We're okay. There's turtles everywhere. Okay, I need to keep an eye on these towers and keep them going as much as I can. I think that's actually the only places we're being attacked from right now. I don't really maybe... Oh, actually, you know what? The fire tower is probably going to be good against turtles. I also kind of want to throw a bomb tower down somewhere right here that can attack both of those things fairly easily. I'm going to trade some of my coins that I have for more clicks. We have 47 clicks if we need them, because the bomb tower will hopefully hit multiple idiots. I'm going to keep that alive as sort of a sacrifice, sort of. Okay, this is getting expensive quickly. Gonna keep things alive as best we can. We lost the tower up top because I wasn't paying attention to that. Wow, turtles are tough. I'm going to do my best to keep that alive. Okay, we need to take out more of these spawners. Also, the trolls are getting kind of close to my base. Don't love that. So far, so good, actually, for most of this, believe it or not. The trolls are about dead. So the turtles are going to be a problem because they go into hiding for a sec. When they pop back out, only then are they vulnerable. We lost all of our towers here, but we didn't die. Okay, since there's a spawner up there that we should be able to fairly easily eliminate, I'm actually going to get rid of those because they're really only protecting against a single spawner. Then I'm going to put a fire tower right in range of that one and hopefully get a fire tower in range of that at some point. Found another spawner down there. Okay, I got this spawner up there destroyed, so I'm going to go ahead and bulldoze these guys because I don't think anything else can come from up there. I'm also just going to surround these guys with turrets to hopefully just destroy them in a hurry because then I don't have to deal with them. I don't know how strong turrets are by themselves, but we got 2 days to destroy that. Looks like we're going to absolutely wreck that. Now I'm just going to put some watchtowers down here to hopefully defend against whatever's coming up from down below. Maybe even a fire tower. Probably put those backwards, but that's fine. Because I'm pretty sure this guy's going to be dead by tomorrow. If not, he should die mostly coming into tomorrow. Got to remember to actually keep these topped up as well. But this surround thing is actually working really, really well. Then I can destroy those and get the resources back. So then let's see how badly I can beat this thing up by tomorrow. We're not going to kill it entirely, but we're going to kill it quite a bit. Then we're going to start the next day, and we're going to have many less idiots to deal with. We're already getting the trolls coming in. The thieves actually didn't care about the turrets everywhere, so that's fine. We'll just keep these guys. The fire is actually going to be really good against the trolls, because the trolls are very slow, and they'll just slowly burn to death over time. And we are being attacked by down below. Didn't know there was a route down there for them to attack us, so those guys are pretty undefended. But that thing down there is dead, so I'm actually going to pause the day and destroy everything down there. I'm going to put a barracks right here to hopefully slow them down, sort of in the fire. And also on the spikes. Don't know how well that's going to work. And failing that, we can also put another some kind of tower down here. Not sure what that explosion sound was. That's kind of unnerving. Oh, they are coming from other sides again. I think I'm overdue for a sniper tower anyway. If I put that there, he can fire down on these guys here, but he's also going to reach a lot of people in a lot of places. Okay, day 41. We seem to have some color to the map, but we've destroyed a lot of things out there. I'm also now have a building called the warehouse. That means people can drop materials off here instead of walking all the way to the main base. So like up here, these guys are trying to farm wood, and instead of walking all the way down, they can just walk a few steps to that. So that's going to be tons of wood for us. And I clearly need to explore downwards a little bit because there's a spawner somewhere down here. And there it is. I'm also going to utilize all the trees and stuff up here. So those guys are going to farm us a bunch of resources up there. We'll re-energize these, and we're moving on to the next day, and pretty soon I'm going to surround this spawner and destroy it as well. I couldn't get all 6 of them around, but we got 3 and we got several days to do it, so I think that's going to be okay. Gonna do a little more exploring to see what kind of other stuff is hiding out here on us. Found another spawner over here, so I might as well start work on that as well. I realized I have over 60 clicks today, so I need to be sure that we're putting these into everything we need to be. To make sure that these guys are going to die, I'm actually going to put a fire tower here to help get rid of that one. This one should be dead by the end of the day, provided these things don't run out. Okay, this spawner died. This spawner is about to die, so then we can remove these resources, and we should hopefully have less enemies to deal with. Then it's just a matter of trying to figure out where else those idiots are coming from and destroying their spawners before they get a chance. There's another one. I don't know if the spawners respawn, like once we kill them, if more just turn up, or how that works. But so far the map is getting very big. Okay, day 44, we're getting attacked. Something spawned right here. There's a spawner hiding in the shadow. That would be why. I'm not sure what these things are. They look kind of dangerous, so we're going to try and repair the towers right here best we can. And I feel like these idiots sort of abandoned their position, so we can just go ahead and go that in behind them. We're going to repair the towers if we can. You know, I'm going to put a watchtower right in behind them anyway. That should hopefully destroy them. We're going to repair these towers and restock them, and I think that was the end of the battle today. It's that easy. Until I saw all of these. A bomb tower would be great here. I might have to settle for a fire tower, because a bomb tower is going to be 30 wood, and I don't know if I can muster up that much wood. We can, but then it's going to be a little bit shy on other resources. But I'm going to put the bomb tower there, because as they get close, we're going to try and repair that, but that does massive damage to all of them. Then as we start the next day, we should get lots and lots of clicks that we can spend on refilling, repairing, and seeking out more of their portals. This portal spawner down here died, so we'll wait till another one pops up, but I feel like we're doing good on that. I feel like we're getting a lot of enemies dead. Pretty sure these guys came from somewhere over here. Yep, they sure did. There's 2 portals over here, but they are hopefully not going to last long enough to do any damage to us. Spawner 1 is already dead, and I'm going to destroy all of those, and then we'll see what other kind of towers we can put there. There's 2 towers up here. A fire tower would actually be great, and then we can just surround it with the rest of the towers, and these guys will be gone before you know it. Because that fire tower combined with the little turret's going to absolutely wreck that one, and then this one's going to be dead, and I'm pretty sure last round those are the only clusters of turrets or portals that actually attacked us. So that one's dead, and they're both dead. Okay, day 47, we've got plenty of resources. They're still showing up from here. There was a spawner hiding there in the shadow. There's also a spawner down here somewhere, clearly. Looking at these guys, they're fairly weak, so I'm going to put a bomb tower in behind as long as I can repair the one in front. The bomb tower should actually kill most of everything there fairly easily. I don't know what I'm repairing anymore, but the bomb tower is wrecking everything. Yeah, so that was an easy little way from easy little spawners. Okay, we're just getting mass waves of weak idiots this round, but there's a lot of them. As soon as I place these turrets down, those rats turned around to fight them. I'm not really that worried about the battle. I think if they get close to the sniper towers, maybe going to take some heat, because sniper tower is not suited for dealing with. Bomb towers are great at this. So I'm actually going to throw another bomb tower right there. We're going to have to keep a close eye on what's happening, because we might lose some towers here for sure. We got to make sure they stay topped up. We're also losing clicks because we're not getting any coins to replace them with, so we're definitely taking some damage. But that wave's dead, that wave down here is dead. It's mostly just these guys. I think we're going to be okay. These little guys do such little damage that it's actually kind of a joke. These guys are actually completely out of attack. So if somebody wants to do something about this at some point, that would be great. I don't really have any way to generate anything right now. So can we just high speed this into whatever's about to happen? Sort of running out of trees again. I keep mining all the resources in the area. The biggest problem is just not having enough. So I don't know if killing spawners is necessarily helping us that much. It might just be funneling enemies further away from the base, which kind of helps in a way. So I'm just going to continue off my strategy. It is day 49 currently. Tomorrow will be day 50, so there might be a special event. I got an achievement for hitting day whatever. We destroyed that spawner right as it started spawning things. And these guys, you know what, we're just gonna... Oh, there's another spawn over there now. Of course there is. Probably not that far away, but yep, there it is. Yeah, I really feel like every time we destroy a spawner, this spawns more spawners somewhere down here because the map is probably basically endless. Every time we destroy a spawner, it just pushes them a little bit further back. Gotta make sure to keep all of our towers topped up on HP. I also need a bomb tower somewhere like here because they keep piling up on the towers, and if the bomb tower hits them, they all get wrecked. I lost a single bomb tower that entire time. Day 50 done. I found what may be the jackpot of all of these things, and I can get a fire tower in there, so these guys are boned. In fact, I can get 2 fire towers in there, so they're just gonna go destroy these guys for the next few days. Well, I can destroy these spawners, and then the idiots get even further away. It's day 54, it's another attack day. There's clearly a spawner right there, and I'm gonna see if there's enemies coming from somewhere else. This is a cry guy. It's sad and it wants to kill me. This is an angel. Moves when you click. Does it like when I put spikes underneath it? I can just follow the whole line of idiots and put spikes under them, and they'll slowly stab themselves to death. I mean, I got lots of wood. I can get away with that. It's not hurting them a ton. So the angels can't actually move until I click. So actually, if I put spikes under them, they just die. I should probably put a bomb tower or something over here to help these guys all survive. I kind of let these guys over here and don't help them. But you know what? I'm going to put a reloader back here to help all of these towers so that I don't have to manually do the work anymore. Then I'll probably take care of these guys. Yeah, it easily took care of them. These guys probably need a little bit of help. I'm just going to put another watchtower right there just because I can. I don't really want to think anymore at this point. Those little guys real quick. And they're actually getting a long ways in there and destroying some towers. Oh yeah, the angels move when I click. I forgot about that already. Okay, they're actually getting a long ways in there. But to be fair, I was mostly just trying to put spikes under the angels to see if I could get away with that. Which I could, and we won. And the very next day, I'm right back to bullying the portals. And then after starting the next day, I see we could actually fully take out that one, which would eliminate this whole end. But then I think the enemies are just going to endlessly spawn from this side as well. There is actually an edge to this map. But I think this wave's actually big enough that it's probably going to overrun us. I sort of stopped to take it seriously a minute ago, and we're going to pay for that. Although they took care of that pretty easily. We got 2 bomb towers over here, and bomb towers tend to be bad for these guys. Oh, I didn't realize we also had 40 coins, so we can also add 40 clicks again. Look at that bomb floating in midair, waiting to rain down death on all of these idiots. I think as long as we got... they're actually destroying that so quickly I can't even heal. They just get to it and destroy it in an instant. Apparently it's the end of the day, but I'm pretty sure there's still ghosts attacking us. I guess they don't count. I think I found another kind of fun strategy where if I go like that, like these guys can launch a few bombs. But just before he dies, I can actually destroy that and get some of the money back. And his bomb will still land and hurt them, and then I could do it again. And that actually works out quite well. I was destroying this portal when the next wave started. I got 2 more portals I could easily destroy. If I have them focusing on this bomb tower mostly, and also this tower, I think I can actually just sort of hold them off. Oh, I didn't even see them coming from somewhere down there. Yeah, whenever I destroy spawners, they just spawn more spawners somewhere else. So we might have actually just lost our castle. But we got to day 60. We killed 1,600 enemies. Today we're going to work on our counting skills by rolling dice. To win, we've got to make this number at the top 1,500. So we've got a lot of rolls to do, and we're going to need some rare stuff along the way. Currently we have 100 rolls of the dice. Our first one is 1. And with that, we've rolled a 0 because we haven't actually bought any upgrades yet. As soon as I buy one of these, add +1 to all light tiles, it has a 50% chance of happening. So had we bought this, there's a 50% chance it would have been a 1. Now, the number we land on the dice corresponds to the number of tiles that get put down. That was obviously a much better roll, for which we got 2 points. It seems complicated, but it's really simple and also quite addicting. That time we got a 2, so 2 tiles go down. The dark tiles still don't have a chance of doing anything, whereas the light tiles, they have a fighting chance. We're up to 6 points. Since we're getting lots of lights, we're going to do that. We have a 50% chance now of landing on a higher number. So in theory, we have a 1 in 4 chance of getting a 2 like that, and 2 is certainly a better number. There's more, so we're going to hopefully upgrade our light tiles again. We might be a light tile run. We have upgrades ahead. I don't really know what either of these are, so we'll go cubes ahead and a cool looking portal. We take that route. We're down to 93 rolls. But I feel like we've actually been getting pretty lucky so far. There's another light tile thing, so light tiles are actually looking pretty good. We can get up to a 3, but our average is 1.5. And every time this number here hits 20, we get 1 energy. Energy can be turned into more rolls or refreshing the shop. So we just need to roll a 6 down here, and we're going to get 6 turns like that. 6 chances to get a lot of points. And there's a 5, so we're actually getting pretty lucky suddenly. We're up to 15 already. So we're just going to go all in on the light tiles. So the average now is 2 per light tile, or a maximum of 4 under the current conditions. So I'm basically just going to rely on a lot of luck to get through this all. We can also upgrade the shop for 30 points, and that's going to help us find rare upgrades that are going to be a lot better. It is suddenly dawning on me, all these zeros are really going to start to hurt. So we need at least some of this. So we could add +1 to light and dark tiles. There's only a 25% chance of that, but rolling zeros is really hurting. There was a 6, so we got even some points off the dark tiles now. We're up to 3 energy. We're coming up to 80 rolls left though, so we're not 20% of the way to 1500. But I'm just going to do a few more rolls till we're over 30 points, and then we're going to upgrade the shop. That also re-rolls it. We got common tiles anyway, so we're going to hopefully re-roll into better, and we didn't. That's okay, we're about to hit the 100 distance mark on a roll of 3. But we're not going to stop there. We could use more rolls. I wish we could eliminate the 1, 2, and 3 on there. The 1s and 2s are really starting to hurt us, but there's a 4. So suddenly we're up to 27. I'm going to do this. We have a 50% chance to add 1 to a dark or a light tile. That means we should stop seeing quite so many zeros, and we're going to make consistent points. And consistent points are our friend. I wouldn't be a proper adult if I didn't point out the fact that we have 69 rolls left. We're now down to 66. I think we found our artifact. Buying any upgrade in the shop gives you a 30% chance of receiving a counterpart upgrade of the chosen color. So 1 in 3 is going to get an extra upgrade. Rolls now cost 2 energy. So the energy is up here. So I think to buy more rolls, I need to use this energy. If I press B, we'll lose 2 of those, but gain 1 roll. Well, we're going to re-roll hoping for rare upgrades. We didn't get any, but I am starting to be a fan of the 50-50s just to get our averages up. A 0 still really hurts my soul. But it did come off of a 6 down here. There's another energy. Now we hit a 2, then we hit a 4. Okay, we're just going to blast up here to 45, and then we're going to do the 50-50 again. So the light tile's average is 3.75. The max is 8. The dark tile is an average of 2, so that's okay. I can't believe I've used up almost half of my rolls, and we're barely a 10th of the way there. So we got to step up our progress here. We're going to re-roll. Still didn't get anything rare. The next upgrade costs 75. I don't know if it's worth it to go for that, but there is a gas station ahead. Don't forget the 2 times 0 is still 0. I think that means we could potentially get multipliers, but as long as we're not rolling a 0, that's going to help. Multipliers would actually be huge at this point. And that was actually a pretty good roll overall, and that gave us enough points. We're going to do the 50-50 thing again. That way the averages are going up even more. So we can just keep on rolling, keep getting energy, and hopefully get to our next artifact, and hopefully it's amazing. That was a good roll. We're coming into the fry zone. That's also very... We still got a 0. The odds of that are actually pretty low right now. If we have to, we'll start sacrificing some energy. We're going to re-roll the shop now, actually. We're going to re-roll it a few times because it's still fairly cheap. And I think it's 2 energy per extra roll right now, so we should take advantage of the cheapness. Oh, we're long past the point where we can upgrade the shop as well. There we go. Adds a 2 times multiplier to the light and dark tile. There's a 50% chance, but that's actually huge. Because even if there's only a 1 in 5 chance, that's doubling any of the dice you see. That could have been a 14. There's also a piece that adds +1 to a single dice face. So given the multiplier we got, we should make numbers big. I think I'm going to like the rare upgrades, although we're going to start to need to make some progress quickly, but we do have the extra portal of duplication. So hopefully if we buy one of these, we get a duplicate. Okay, with that, we are down to 40 spins left. We just about have enough for my multiplier, which we do now. So the expected chance for a light tile is 8.5 with a max of 27. The dark is 4.5 with a max of 15, and I think we're going across the keyboard now. But there's a 12, so we're going to start getting some much bigger numbers. And every time we buy an upgrade, the next one gets more expensive. But there's a 15, there's a 12. The rolls are getting less and less, but I need the 200 points to add 1 to a single die face. The lowest tile in every roll is multiplied by 2. That's actually huge. Plus we can also add 1 to a single die, so I think we're actually better off to do this 6 to turn that into a 7. Given what we just got, the more chances we have of multipliers, the better. So there's a 21, there's a 6. I'm going to spend some of my energy on more rolls. Now we have 37 rolls left and we're at almost 300. So hopefully we can turn these into some much bigger numbers. We still hit a 0, so we got a multiplier on that, but 2 times 0 there is a big one, 42. I'm going to re-roll the shop here because we got more rares. We could add one to the different dice so we can get high things like 24. And we can already afford one of those, so let's maybe do... They should all go up by 1 really if we can. So we're going to upgrade to 5. And I'll upgrade to 4 next. It would be really nice to start eliminating some of these zeros as well. That straight up adds +1 to all the dark tiles, so now we'll never get a 0, at least on the dark tiles. Don't know how we got a 0 on that. But we're starting to get big runs. Every time we press spacebar, we generally get a pretty big roll and some pretty big numbers. And I'm already pretty addicted to this. Okay, we have 6. We need to turn the 4 into a 5, I believe, this time. We're going top heavy as we roll a 1. But at least if we roll a 1, that automatically gets multiplied times 2. And we're getting a fair bit of energy, so let's burn that mostly all. We're going to use 1 to re-roll the shop. We have the +1s again. 25 rolls left, but we're definitely making more and more progress. It would be nice if there's a way to get energy elsewhere, but we're going to add a +1. I'm just going to add that to the 1, I think, so we stop getting absolute basic rolls. There's a 7. It would be cool to add 1 to that. We could have had like up to 10 by now, but that's only 1 in 6 chance. So there's an upgrade choice. With great risk comes great reward. The risk, however, is very great. We might have to take a big risk to get anywhere. Let's try that. That was a good roll. We got tons of points off that one. Okay, if we can get more like that, we'll be in good shape. There's a 24 that glows for some reason. That was also a really good one. We're also going to turn some energy into more rolls, so that's actually somewhat starting to balance out. So we're getting pretty good rolls overall. We can't get a 1 anymore. There's another 24. We're up to 383 now. So I'm going to rarefy this one to turn the 2 into a 3. That way, on average, we're just getting a lot more rolls and points, therefore, per turn. And the more of these we get, the more energy we get, which means we can recycle that back into rolls. I'm going to, actually, you know what? We're only 150 away from the next shop upgrade. So if we get lucky in the pirate coin section and get a few good rolls here, we'll hopefully be able to just afford an upgraded shop. There we go. And upgrade the shop. Look at these crazy numbers. Add 2 times multiplier to the light and dark. We can straight up add 6 to either color. We only have 9 rolls left though, so we're going to go ahead and turn that up. We got to save up for some of those. We got to get really lucky with our rolls. And I'm just getting more and more addicted to this. The dopamine, the numbers, the gambling. Need some far luckier. That was a better one. 242. So we could get the 2 times multiplier. We're going to get that for now because we can afford it, and we just need whatever we can get. Oh, right, it's this part. I think the risk was maybe a bad choice because we have Fortune's Paradox. Dark tiles are cursed and deduct points instead. The curse is lifted upon the next artifact, giving you back 3 times. So we're going to lose points to gain a massive amount by the next artifact, which I don't think we're going to make it to. Plus, rolls are getting really, really expensive, so this is actively going to bonus. But we knew we had to take a risk to try and hit 1500, so we didn't really have a choice. Though a minus 24 hurts my soul, but we did break 500. But those are just absolutely boning us. If we made it to the next artifact, we would be crazy far ahead. But we're not going to get anywhere close to that. We're at minus 19. That's embarrassing. Well, we broke even at 0 and even 0. But now that we know we're doing a lot better, we're going to have a 50% chance to get 1 on the dark tile and that we don't have to waste our first roll, which was horrible. 5% chance to multiply tile, multiplying all tiles in that roll by 2. So 1 in 20 are going to get a double roll. And that is something I can definitely live with. We're going to do a few more rolls. We're down to 40 rolls after this next one. I'm going to sacrifice 1 energy because we need more of the rares. I'm actually going to roll again because the rares are going to make probably all the difference in the world. And we can already basically afford this one. So we're going to turn the 7 into an 8. So hopefully we just roll 8s from here on out and then we might actually have a chance. That did help though. That every time 1 in 20 rolls is going to be a big increase. There's our first 8, but nothing particularly strong. But we can increase the darks again. And we got a times 2 there, so that actually gives us a whole bunch of points and also energy. I re-rolled again. We can add more +1s, but we're going to turn also all of our energy into more rolls. Okay, that was a good one. We're going to go +8. That's going to turn into a 9 die, and soon that's going to be a 10. That was a ×2 on a single, so it multiplied nothing. Oh, that one's better, though. There's an easy 100. Okay, definitely before we hit the signpost, we're turning energy into more rolls. We're not doing the risk thing again. That boned me last time. Not a bad idea to walk the Silk Road if you're looking for high-quality products. No, we got a small multiplier on that one, but we can finally get the rare. Where's my... This is going to be a 10 die now, which apparently is just a circle. But we can still buy energy, and we're going to re-roll the shop as much as we can, looking for those rares. That was a big achievement because we rolled a 10. Cool. Now we just need a 10 plus a multiplier or 2. There's another 10. That's so much fun. I'm getting all these 10% chance that a dark tile becomes a light tile. I need that the other way around so that we can get more dark tiles going down. There's another 2 multiplier. There's another 2 multiplier, but we're starting to run out of good things. Where's my reroll? Okay, there we go. Now we're getting a 50% chance of a ×2. So we've got 2 ×2 chances on the board. So if those hit on the right thing, we could actually make a lot in a single roll. Like that would have been a huge one. We can actually just straight up increase the dark tiles again. So the average is 15. The max is 30. So we could have that ×2. So in theory, we could have 120 in a single roll. I'm going to re-roll. We're looking for rares. Didn't get any. I feel like the rares over here are very important. Okay, there's a big multiplier. That gave us 416. And that was a 10 roll. Now we're starting to get some of the things I was looking for before. 10% chance for a light tile to become a dark. We can almost afford another one of those right away. We're going to transfer some energy into more rolls. And we got this. Upgrades a shop for free once upon pickup. Do I lose that? I sure did. But now the next shop upgrade costs 2,000, so clearly you can go a little bit deeper in this game. There's another ×2 chance. We definitely want that. So, whoops. Okay, we got a 42 down there anyway. Okay, there we go. We're back to another rare. We're going to have a 10% chance to turn a light tile into a dark tile, because the more of those we get, the more energy we get, and therefore the more turns. But we're about to bust through 500. We've got a lucky 13 turns left. Okay, there was a nice ×2 again. We need some bigger rolls. Where's my 10 roll? There's another ×2, so we're up to 400. 10%, so 1 in 10 of the lights turned into dark. That was another huge roll. We got 13 energy, so we're going to turn that into more rolls. We got 9 rolls left. We got some good pieces over here, so if we get lucky like that, I wish that was a ×2. That would have been absolutely enormous. But we're also making quite a bit of energy because of what we're doing, so we're back to 9 spins again. I'm going to add ×1 to the dark multiplier. So it's expected to get a 30 out of the dark tiles now, and there's a 60% chance to roll a dark tile. So with a little bit of luck, yeah, there's 108 in a single roll. So that feels a little bit better. What doesn't feel good is rolling 1 back-to-back 1s. That's actually sort of hard to do. And 2s. So hopefully we get more rolls like that, and then we can increase our thing again. So let's increase the 1, believe it or not. We got 5 rolls left. We need some big luck here. We need some really big luck to start putting that energy back on, because it's going to cost 4 energy to get 1 roll back. We're going to put rolls on, so hopefully we make it to the next artifact at least, so we can see what's waiting for us beyond. Does your brain crave more multiplication? Does it? Imagine getting more multipliers. We would be unstoppable. That was a big roll. That actually gave us another 2 rolls. So if every roll could be that good, we could play indefinitely. We're going to turn the 10 into an 11. And then I was really hoping we get, wow, look at that giant multiplier. Ooh, that was a good one. That one feels good in my brain. And we can use that energy to buy more rolls. Oh, an even better roll. So suddenly I feel like 1500 isn't that far away, despite the fact we're not even halfway there. And if we get another multiplier, we could have 2 more multipliers. So these rolls could be absolutely enormous. But that definitely all depends on what we're going to do here. So we managed to get 1 more roll together. Big roll. That was a very little roll. We're just skating by in a single roll, and I think that boned us. But the multipliers were getting so big. Yeah, I've got a pretty good run going here. We only have 16 rolls left, but we have a 65% chance of rolling a light tile. And if we get enough light tiles in a row, we get free energy, so that means we're able to put our rolls back on quite quickly. Look at all those white tiles, plus we have another 10% chance to turn a dark tile into a light, so there's a 70% chance of rolling a light tile, which means tons of energy going back on for us. Look at all that. There's so many light tiles, and they're getting big. We just need more multipliers like this. Adds a 2 times to the light and dark tile multiplier. So we're hitting this thing this time, and we want more multiplication. So we're just going to pile the energy back on. It is going to get more and more expensive, but we've got 19 spins and these are getting valuable. So on average, I think we're actually gaining more energy than we're using per 2 or 3 spins. Oh, we can upgrade the shop as well. 500 points? Yes. 20 spins left, but look at all that good old energy. And I want to get this one where we add ×1 to the light multiplier because we got lots of light multipliers happening. So that means much bigger rolls. Look at this streak of light tiles. There's so much energy coming in from that. We could just keep going and going with the rolls. Here's just the kind of thing we need. +6 to the light tiles. And then there's another one coming up if we can afford it soon, but that's going to put us huge amounts on because that was a 10 roll. So it's only going to take a few spins to give us what we need to add another 6 to the light rolls. We're already up to 1300, so there we go. Another 6 to the light rolls. That's an 84 at its base. And we're at 20 rolls, and now we're at 24. So we just need to keep spending all the energy we can on more rolls. Light tiles have a 10% chance of doubling their value. Given how many light tiles we have, that's going to be a big one. I do want this rare one too, where we can now get 11 on a single roll. And we got one already, and that's a huge amount of points. So we were at 20 rolls a second ago, we're now at 26. And we're getting colossal rolls. So we're getting at this rare. Add 12 to everything, there's a 25% chance of that. So that's going to add 3 on average to either, but potentially very big rolls. I remember when I thought 2,000 points to upgrade the shop was ridiculous. Now it doesn't seem that bad. Look at all those points we just got. Okay, energy is definitely going to more rolls. We're already buying the next shop upgrade. We found an epic tier. That adds +6 to all light and dark, which is actually pretty good. The darks aren't doing much for us. Maybe we should focus consistently on the light. Like a +8. Because we got multipliers anyway, we might as well stick to the one that's paying us out. That's going to cost 2,200 though, so it's going to be a second. Especially with these weak rolls we're getting suddenly. But we put those rolls back on, we still got 24 and we're over halfway there. Okay, there we go, +8 to all of the lights. So there's a 280 on a single tile, there's a 270. And so much energy, we're back up to 26. There's a 330. I don't know how big they can get, but I imagine they get quite big. So I just added a +1 to all die faces. I didn't read that right. Okay, so everything just got an upgrade for 1. That's huge in itself. So every time I get down to about 20 spins, I'm going to go ahead and use my energy up because the shop rolls, actually we can afford this already. +1 to all die. So now the rolls are getting stupidly big. Dopamine levels are rising. So we mostly want epic now, but the right kind of epics. Like that one, +8. So a couple spins, 1 single spin, and we can buy that. Another 8 to the light tiles, which are the overwhelming majority. So we're up to 913 at this point, and we're going strong. Oh, we crossed 20 rolls left, but we have 74 energy, so we can go back up to 33 rolls. Plus, we're going to increase our multiplier for the light side, and everything, all the dice rolls are now up by 1. So the lowest we even can roll is a 4, I believe. So we won't really worry about these epics or these rares anymore. We want epics only, but we're getting huge amounts every turn. So we'll continually re-roll the shop, looking for all the good stuff. Even that's not bad. I think for epics though, because they're going to get expensive every time we buy, we really want to hold out for the ones that are really going to make a difference. Because we're well on the way, there's a 528, but we need to make sure we don't do anything bad along the way. Okay, we're going to put another, the numbers are getting bigger and bigger. Oh, look at all this stuff. Okay, I'm going to go for this. Double the value of all light tiles. Upgrades in the shop cost 200 more. That's fine. Also, I'm going to spend all my, so we're up to 32 rolls, and now lights get doubled. So we had a single roll there for 1,500. I didn't see what it said. Rolls cost more. But there's an 1,800, 1,200, 500, so we've made ourselves quite rich. We're going to upgrade the shop as well. Why are these so expensive? 25,000? I guess that's actually not that bad considering. But that's okay, because we're still putting up colossal rolls. Like we're getting, that was 5,000 in a single roll. Oh, but they're also much better. Like that adds a ×6 multiplier. And that sounds like something we very much need, just to put us a little bit over the top, because we're going to get some real big numbers. And we're getting pretty close to the 1,500 mark. There's an 1,800. There is a 2,800 in a single roll. It's hard to even know what to buy at this point. Okay, there was something big because it made a clunking sound. 43,000. That means we can actually buy this one, a ×8 to the light or dark multiplier. So they're both going to get bigger, but I mostly want to support the light. And we're still at 27 rolls. So the lowest we got down to was about 20, but that's when things tipped for us if we're able to put energy back on. And we're hitting lots for 3,600 now even. So we're going to add +1 to all the die so we can do bigger rolls. I'm losing track of what the rolls even are, but we're going to do that again. So even bigger rolls. So, whoops, didn't mean, well, that's fine. We can buy all those. We're going to refresh anyway. So we can have a 15 on one of our die. There was 2300, 2600. Do we want another +8? We probably do. We just need to roll enough times to get there. So 3500, that's the biggest we've seen. I keep thinking it's going to be so long to get there, but it's like 2 rolls. So another +8 for our lights. I think multipliers are going to be worth more at this point, like a ×6 multiplier. 3800, that was definitely the biggest that I've seen. We might have had bigger, but I'm not watching that closely. We're below 20 rolls, but we have 87 energy. Those are getting expensive, though. We do need to watch that. Anyways, ×6 epic. There's another one of those. Okay, that was 5200 in a single roll. So the upgrade to the multiplier we just got is a huge bonus. And we're rolling so many light tiles now too. We're going to buy this epic because we can afford it almost immediately. There's 4200. There's 8000. 8,000 in a single is huge, and we're getting to within 100 of where we need to be. We're below 20 rolls, so we're going to top ourselves up. We're going to buy another epic multiplier for the lights. That's going to push us into much bigger numbers again. We're already out in space. 109,000 for a ×6 epic. We'll take that. Absolutely, we will. We're just going to push these numbers higher and higher on average and go for it. That was 9,500. So 10 energy equals 1 roll now, but we're putting energy on so quickly in another ×6 multiplier. I think we're going to be perfectly fine now. I would actually like this one, still a higher chance to get light tiles because there are still a few dark tiles. Like they're getting 11. I think one more roll and we're going to hit 1500, which means victory, and we smashed it at that point.